Dark Souls 2!
Woohoo!
Now,
Yippee!
with Kai. Hello,
I'm finally
Kai.
here.
He's finally
Hi.
here.
I'm very happy to be here.
Do you need the link to the stream, or can you
No,
find that on your own? Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Alright.
Oh, it's streaming perfectly too. It's not lagging like it was the other day.
Nice.
I've wanted to get on this broadcast since it first started. And by the way, if you're listening to the folks at home, if you're listening to this and enjoying it, you're welcome. It was all because of me.
Tito's is back, baby.
I'm back, baby.
You are a prominent member of the Dark Souls community. You had a popular Dark Souls
That's
3
true.
review.
Yeah.
How many views did that get? Like 50k?
I think it was
30k?
No, it was like
No?
20k or something.
Oh, okay.
It might have been a
100K.
bit more.
A million, you say?
Yeah,
Okay.
even
All
more
right.
views than Markiplier and his Dark Souls 3 review.
So which of the weird snake fountain things do I go to start the Sunken King? Does anyone know, Jack?
Yeah, of course I know the first one.
Oh god. I'll look it up.
I was just about to look it up
I
myself.
don't remember at all either.
Dark Souls.
Oh, do you have the Dragon Talon?
Yeah, I got that at the end of the last
Okay.
stream.
You have to go to the Primordial Bonfire in the Black Gulch.
Oh
So
my
I think
god,
that's
why
where you
that
killed-
area?
you killed the Rotten. Yeah, one of the worst areas of the game.
The worst area in the game. I still haven't found that other bonfire.
I still think Shrine of Amana is my least favorite.
Okay,
place
yeah,
in this
you're
game.
right. Alright. It's that one and then it's Black Gulch, you're right.
Yeah, it's... Shrine of Amana is, like, specifically designed to waste your time and make you want to kill yourself.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn the game down a tiny bit. Well, I don't know. Whatever. This is what I've had it on, so it'll be fine. Maybe I'll just turn you up. Whoever came up with this place is a fucking retard.
Oh, Javier joined.
Oh.
Yo.
Still no Mike or Michael.
I can.
That's
That's sad.
SMH.
Maybe
can
I
have
should
the
give
full
him a
Dark
call
Souls
back
podcast.
on his WhatsApp.
Oh
I don't... When you guys called me in the other stream, I didn't even see it because I don't use WhatsApp anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
I didn't even see
I
the
deleted
notification.
WhatsApp too.
I have it on my phone, I just never ever look at it. Wait, what? Why is there another fog door here?
I don't know. It was there after I beat
Oh.
the Rotten too.
Is it because of the invaders?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's weird.
All right. So this is the best one.
Yes. I'm also calling Michael, if you can hear that. Yeah, I think this is the best one.
Really? Not the ice one,
um,
the winter one.
I'm really not... No, I really don't like the ice one, aside from...
Few
The
Nights
boss
scene?
is... yeah, aside from Few Nights... Wait, no, that's from the, like, tower one.
Oh, okay. I don't know
That's
anything.
the fire
so-
one. Yeah. This one is, like, Aztec temples. It's really weird. It's such a weird setting for, like, a Dark Souls game. It's like Mayan temples that you, like, go spelunking into.
Okay.
I will give the defenders credit that the DLCs have some interesting ideas. And the quality is just generally better. Like, this environment already looks
Okay,
better
yeah,
than
this already does.
this
like,
cave.
They're
has
letting
more
me.
design put into
Yeah,
it.
they're letting me look at it first
Yes.
before they throw an ambush at me. That's new.
And what's cool about this opening shot is that I think you can actually go to that pyramid and see everything in it.
Ah.
Unlike everything else in the game.
I'm just gonna. Don't put fire on it. Oh, every time it moves, my guy slows down. No. Okay, look at that. Look, okay. They showed me a dragon. It didn't try to kill
Yep.
me immediately. this is already looking up a bit.
Yes. I'm glad I joined now instead of sitting through the drudgery of the base game.
You
I think
absolute...
one other thing is they added like a bunch of cooler weapons in the DLC, and that's why people probably liked.
Oh yeah,
and it sort
I've
of
come
contributes to
hand
the
to hand with
PvP.
some of those weapons.
Mm.
Oh, I can see a bonfire all the way over there. I guess let's go down first.
Are you talking about the poisons by standing near you?
Oh, there he is. Oh,
Is that gonna break under me? No? Okay. Bonfire. Lift. Oh, this is a shortcut. Okay. Wow.
wow! They used a shortcut.
Wow. That
It's
looks like a
actually
good
notable in this
shortcut.
game.
Yeah. So, Kai, what have your thoughts been up until this point?
I don't know. Well, like obviously this game is not. It just doesn't feel like it's even from the same series sometimes. Like I think you're right when you said it feels like a parody.
I didn't even see that guy shooting arrows.
Oh.
Oh, there's already 3 guys.
Yeah, I'm not. This stuff doesn't get any
Ooh.
better. But they're at least just like weak mooks you can kill in 2 hits.
So yeah. Oh, he didn't.
What? How did that not stagger?
Yeah, that I don't know. Yeah, I did not mean to fall down here, but it ended up happening. No.
So this
Why
is
do
when
the
it finally
enemies have
starts to get good.
Hyper armor.
This is where the game finally starts to get good.
Yes. You
Team
only have to
Sunken
play
King,
it
they
for
fixed
40 hours
everything.
to start enjoying it.
They added a race car track.
Yeah,
to
what the
this
fuck?
one.
No, they're not getting staggered. That's annoying. Especially when I have a big ass slow sword.
Yeah.
I hear something chittering.
Oh, that might have been me.
Squirrel?
No, no, it's in the game.
Tyler, there's something
You're just
chittering
sitting
on
there
the
chill-
video.
I keep falling into holes that I don't see.
No, I was like tapping my foot on something.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what
my
I
God.
thought you were talking about.
Fucking daggers.
There's going to be a weird chittering sound on the video.
Oh. Little pustules. Is that breaking my weapon?
I don't remember a lot of this, especially this early part. I think that is breaking a weapon for sure.
Ow. Ow. God, they're shooting me all the way over there?
Oh yeah, you should hit the glowing things.
I
I
should
think
hit
that's
them?
the mechanic for this area.
Oh,
yeah.
really? I've passed by, like... Nothing's told me to do
I
it.
think I just remembered that. Yeah. It's not really explained.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, that did... You're right, that did do something. Well, great. I passed through... I don't know how many of those. Oh. Okay. Well, it's a good thing you're here.
Yeah, the Dark Souls 2 expert. I think I don't think Michael has finished it, has he?
No, he stopped at Iron Keep, he said.
Oh, yeah, which is like barely anything. That's like a
He
third of the
didn't.
game.
He didn't get to experience the Shrine of Amana or Black Culture.
Yeah, that's true. Or the,
Which we do.
what's its name? Dark Lurker. I saw you were enjoying that fight.
Oh yes. This is back. Oh, this is back to the bonfire. Okay. Did I miss any of those blue things on the way up here? I don't remember if I did or not. I don't think I did. Wow, the area looped back on itself. It's just like Dark Souls 1.
Oh my god.
Okay. Dude, those fucking arrow guys. I can't even hear them shoot their fucking bows.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like 3 of them
There
over
are
there.
way too many enemies with bows in this game. And it's just fucking miserable. It's just another level of torture that they inflict on you with the enemy design.
Ooh, brought a guy up. Come on.
I think, are you meant to hit them and then jump right on them so you ride it up?
Well, I don't know if maybe there is something on top of it, but I don't see how that would help me. Oh well, maybe yeah.
You
You're
fell
right.
in that hole earlier.
You like
Oh, on the
lower
top
it?
of
Oh,
that.
okay. Damn, Kai's walking me through it.
Yeah. Damn.
Little babby.
I'm an expert Dark Souls 2er. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I was saying in the Discord as well, I actually played this one... Ooh, nice. I played this one first, even before Dark Souls 1. Because, like,
Poor
it was
man.
the
You
same
and
thing as
Jack.
Jack. No, and it was the same thing. It was like, oh, this is where the hype is. People saying, and this one's new. And, like, I wasn't clued in enough to the fucking Dark Souls community to know that people didn't like 2 when it came out.
Hmm.
So I was just like, yeah, that's the new one, so I'll play that one.
I didn't play
And I
1
just
until
remember-
after 2, so
Yeah, yeah, and same here.
but I didn't play 2 first.
But I think I only made it to like Iron Keep as well because I don't know, the game was just I couldn't describe why I didn't like it when I first played it, but everything just feels off with this fucking game. Do you know how the movement works, by the way?
It's not analog. It's
Yeah.
digital. Yeah.
It's like 64 direction movement or something like that. It feels horrendous. And just the way everything is
Wow, longbow. +7.
disgustingly ugly.
Yeah. They made a whole new engine for this game, right?
Yeah, and they never used it again because it sucks.
I wonder why.
Yeah. I mean, they couldn't get the movement right.
Ooh, I keep falling down.
They need more directions. They're going for 128.
Yeah, that's what Scholar of the First Sin has an upgrade for. You get more directions on your movement.
That's incredible.
Did you play Scholar?
Yeah, I only played a bit of Dark Souls 2, and then when I came back to it, I beat it on Scholar with all the DLCs. I wouldn't say this game is unenjoyable, but I think this game has aged way worse now though, because I played it before Sekiro and Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, and now this game just feels so much worse after
looks
those
like
games.
It's like a little turtle. This is the most annoying enemy design in the world. How do I even kill this thing? Stop
Maybe
it.
with your bow.
Can't even lock onto it.
That hazard.
There's an item over there. Where was it? Below me. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna get to that. I mean, it looks like it's sticking out slightly, but I feel like if I try to get that, I'm gonna die.
I see what you mean.
Alright, fuck you, turtle. Alright, I opened up this way. Oh, yep. There it
Your
goes.
weapon.
There goes the third dragon ring. Dude, the fucking ring's breaking. It's so gay.
Yeah. Like, you're going to repair them anyway, so it feels just like another layer of annoyance. Because whenever you go to the bonfire, they just get fully repaired,
Oh, I
right?
thought I killed that bug. Yeah. Well, no. If they break, you have to fucking go back to the guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it's just fucking... My weapon is gonna break, too.
You need repair powder or something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna switch to this for now. What was the point of this?
Get more lizard with mushrooms.
Switch ahead but below. Oh, I see it. Ow. Do I have to like fire a fucking bow at it?
I think you can shoot them with bows.
It did give me a +7 longbow. Classic.
Yeah.
I don't know if that did anything. Oh, there it goes. Oh, okay, that lifted that over there. I don't know why that would help me.
Oh, yeah, what?
Maybe there's a point. I don't know. Yeah, this is where I came from. I guess it's just leading me back. Once again, I am lost. So I go this way. Okay.
I think this area too feels so much better because it's so much more open.
Yeah.
For some reason, all of the locations in Dark Souls 2 feel really enclosed.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, leads to shitty ganks everywhere as well.
Didn't even knock him down, jeez.
Fucking bullshit, dude. That's why the other way to play Dark Souls 2 is to just use a giant shield, and it's probably one of the easiest games to turtle in. Honestly. You can seriously just put a lot of points into stamina and block everything in this game, and it works.
I'm gonna keep a bow, because it looks like I need to use it from time to time. Oh, was I supposed to like jump to that and then get lifted up and then jump? Okay, I see.
Maybe.
Let's see what this is. There's a drop down there. Oh, I gotta take a shit. Oh, fuck.
Damn, bro.
I don't know, I don't see what the point of that is. Ow. Besides not having to get shot. Oh wait, no, it's making a little high up pathway. Okay, I see. Let's kill these fucking archers. Oh. Ooh.
You're gonna have to act as the helpful chatter, getting the streamer through
Oh,
every little puzzle.
I'm
in this
glad
game.
you're doing the best parts of the game. Use an effigy so I can evade you. Do we know this guy? Kozina?
He's a... Oh,
Oh,
I gotta I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Whoops.
No, he is the... Shouldn't edit out the truth.
Don't report my stream.
Is he the one that said, Anyway.
The gross, like, abuse and trolling that streamers have to deal with is kind
Yeah.
of insane. It's not right.
This is like a shortcut back. Squirrel.
So Kai, as we approach the end of the game, do you have any reflections on the fact that you made Hunter play through all this?
Yeah, I'm glad. I think Hunter's gained from this experience. It's valuable life experience, and I think I did him a favor, really.
Uh-huh.
I like how you said
I
that
wonder
as
what
that
his thoughts are on that.
invulnerable poison turtle
The
enemy.
Hunter, have you
Vulnerable
thanked
totem
Kai for his
poison.
favor yet?
Have you thanked me for my service yet?
I think it would be good for the viewers to hear just a nice big thank you, Kai.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Well, that's only after I get my big wet sloppy kiss, which I mentioned before.
Who's giving
Oh.
you a big, wet, sloppy kiss?
You are.
Why?
Is he?
What have I done to deserve
I think during the time when I was in Drangleic Castle, I was like, I hope Kai appreciates this and gives me a big wet sloppy kiss. Or something like that.
Yeah, you promised him that.
I don't think that's a promise. I don't think that counts.
I'm gonna fucking... Yep. Yep.
Look at that tiny triangle.
Oh.
Holy
That's extremely unfortunate. He actually survived the fall, but then starved to death inside of that tiny triangle hole.
Oh boy. Time to run through.
Oh god, that means all of the archers are gonna be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, you know what? I remember doing a lot of running around here as well, once I got sick of dealing with these mechanics.
Don't remember really don't remember which way I went, to be honest. That way. This way, yeah. Okay.
This is a cool area, but I feel like if I ever went through it, I would feel like I needed a guide. Because I don't want to check everything manually. I just want to know where everything is.
I don't know. I don't think I'm not that concerned with missing stuff in this game.
Yeah, not in this game. Maybe if it was Dark Souls 1 or 3.
Alright, okay. Oh, there's a shield up. Okay.
Don't forget the
Oh, dude,
poison
there's so many
barfing
of them.
turtle in there.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Dude.
Oh, I got a shit too, man. I got a shit so bad.
What if you just shit
you
your pants
consider
under the
this?
pressure?
I'm not. I will not.
No, not yet. No.
You will not get that from me.
Oh,
on the stream.
nice jump.
That's a Michael. Michael shit himself on the stream. Doesn't want to admit it. Oh god, there's another
Wait,
one
did he?
behind him. Yeah, he
When?
did, yeah.
Give me the time code.
He said his stomach was hurting and then he left. But he told me later that he shit himself and didn't want to say anything.
He
That's
told you
stream
that?
canon
Damn.
now. Yeah, he told me that in confidence, and I'm revealing.
He said, "Please don't tell
He
anyone."
told
I'm
you
begging
that
you.
in
Please,
confidence?
God."
Yes.
As it was happening.
I just want to get to another bonfire so I can shit.
Damn, I love knowing the truth.
yeah.
I love getting the truth from this stream.
All right, there's a lot of bloodstains here, so I'm scared.
You're shitting yourself.
Oh, is this the? No, I thought this was the lift. Oh boy. That's definitely a player. isn't
Amort.
it? Oh.
Arbiter Spirit?
Oh damn! I was gonna hide.
What is an Arbiter
Fuck
Spirit?
off.
He's gonna protect you.
Because
isn't it?
I killed NPCs. Is he gonna try to parry me?
Oh.
The fucking range and the hitboxes in the PvP suck so bad. I fucking thought.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude!
That's-
Oh my god!
oh jeez.
And he hits me, but I can't fucking hit him. Okay.
Yeah, dude, this shit sucks.
Alright.
Oh, you
That's-
turned your camera away so you wouldn't watch him emote on you.
That's why I can never get behind the people who say they love this game because the PvP, because the PvP is consistently the worst part of all of these games.
I like it in 3.
You can have fun with it, but I
I
feel
know,
like
that,
it just
it feels like every single invasion I've gotten, it feels like their weapons are 2 to 3 times the size than they actually are.
yeah.
And,
Well, there's the lag issue for sure, and then the other issue is just everyone fucking making like perfect builds and just using that to invade people, like min-maxing.
Dark side
I am-
2 PvP mainers.
I am out of practice. It's been a few days, so let's go with that.
And you do have to shit.
And I do have to shit. And I
All right.
promised
You
I
have
would
our
shit
permission
after I
to-
got to a shortcut or a bonfire, so.
Yeah, well, just a safe place.
I mean, I could have shit when I died, but.
But you made a promise to the stream.
I made a promise
Yeah.
to myself in the stream.
Your character in the game is sort of doing the have to get to a toilet to take a shit run as well, so it really suits.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright.
I don't think I've ever seen that in any of these games.
At least that friendly dragon helped clear the way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the friendly dragon?
Well, I don't know. Wow, this is so cool. Alright, where's a fucking... Come on. Oh. The lady singing in the bathroom. Silence woman. Is this a... Where's a bonfire shortcut?
Yeah, I would do that before fighting those guys.
Where? Where? Where though?
Is it at the end of that hallway?
This one?
Oh,
This
no,
one
I
says-
meant the one
This one
past
says
the enemies before.
overwhelming ahead. Oh, there's like a... There's a caster and a
Oh,
spear
Jesus.
guy. None of these say bonfire. Oh, I got a shit. I got a fucking shit. I got a 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 shit. Alright, we're just gonna run through. We're just gonna run through. See if I can find a bonfire shortcut.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Chat, we need you. Spam hold it hunter in chat.
Oh!
Oh god.
You know what? I've just remembered I did the exact same thing as you when I came here. I, like, ran through
What?
and hit the lever and just kept running. Yep, you should be through. Oh, you can't roll through that? No, I guess not.
Oh, I gotta get the big. I gotta get the big.
Yeah, the big hole.
This sucks. Okay, the
Yeah.
big hole's there.
The only other way to do this is to cheese them with a bow and arrow. Which every fucking fight in this game demands you to do.
Please, 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 please. Oh my god, I don't... Maybe there was a bonfire in one of the side rooms, but I don't know.
I think it is. I think it is.
Wait, they're... Okay,
I don't remember which side room.
they're unaggroing, so that's a good sign. But I can't get back up. You're fucking
I think
kidding
it's...
me.
Oh.
Come on,
That's
I
some
gotta...
Dark Souls 2 bullshit.
There's gotta be something. Come on. Oh, it's just the end of the hallway. Oh, I got to shit so bad.
Your
Just,
character looks like
just go
look at him
AFK the
waddling.
whole way.
No.
There won't be any enemies.
Someone made me.
Or
What is
just pull a
crumbs?
Michael and shit your pants.
Mm-hmm.
Do what Michael would do.
Classic pulling a Michael.
I don't care.
Oh,
I don't care. I
God.
don't care. I don't care.
Oh my god.
Yeah, poison throwing knives. Who cares?
chat is cheering you on. They're saying, "Hold it in, Hunter."
Do it for chat.
We all believe.
They are saying hold it in Hunter. All of chat is saying that.
Okay, this is where I switch ahead. What the fuck? Where?
Look up.
Visions of rear then whole?
Visions of Red Hole. Very nice.
What could it mean?
Oh, it's just a room with a dead guy.
The poop
Hunter
word
Woot.
is
More like Hunter Poop. It says
That's-
CPT socks.
You can't say something so true.
Hunter Poop.
oh, do I?
Who is this guy? Who do you think you are, pal?
Oh, you shoot that with the arrow? Ah.
The air doesn't. There you go.
You can't just roll up in here and say Hunter Poopin'.
Yeah, you tell him, Jack.
Mods ban that guy for trolling.
Oh.
Yeah, mods.
Did you beat
Am I a
Vendrick,
mod?
by the way?
I'm a mod. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I'm a mod.
Did
Yeah,
you not
dude.
you didn't watch my stream. You've been lying
No,
this
no, no,
entire
no.
time.
No, because I remember you were talking about the giant souls. And how, like, you have them in your inventory and it makes you do more damage to him.
Yeah.
And I remembered how fucking bizarre that is, because
Yeah.
I got all of them in the game and used all of them, so I could never beat him, because my hits would do, like, 2 damage every single time.
Yeah, he has like 32 times damage reduction or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I just couldn't beat him at all. And he fucking one-hits you with his attacks, too.
Dude, the fucking greatsword missing sucks so much.
Yeah, I feel like the game's engine does not suit that weapon. Or just the hitboxes are bad like everything else.
Okay, what's...
A poor craftsman blames his tools. Mods dox that guy.
Mods?
Mods?
Hello?
Swat that guy?
Do you not remember the first rule, dude? You have to agree with the streamer's opinions.
Alright, the DLC's over. I made it to the final room with the 2 treasure
Yeah.
chests.
I'm surprised there's not a primal bonfire here. It's a perfect box.
Oh, that guy hid the fucking... Oh, look at that. He hid the trap pressure plate under a message.
Oh, right.
So what's the fucking point of this? I'm glad the shit subsided for now. I think my body knows that I'm committed.
Where the fuck is the...
You blocked
Button.
it.
Is it, like, behind you? When you enter? Oh. Oh, this just feels like a waste of time.
I don't even know if I can get in that door.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just a fucking one of the classic Dark Souls boxes. Dark
Wait,
Souls 2
look
boxes.
up the stairs. Is it at the end of the stairs, up the top? No,
I think
okay.
this is just a dead end that leads to 2 treasure chests.
That's great. I love Dark Souls 2.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking level design, it feels like really old school RPGs, like where there would be a lot of dead ends and like pointless little pathways.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't
Yes,
have like
it's
the
Back to
it doesn't have the elegance of like circling back in on itself and stuff like that.
That drop was longer. Oh, okay. There's this way.
Looks like you're back to very small, narrow hallway areas.
I see a hidden guy.
Should get that item. Oh,
Oh
it's a
boy.
ghost.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh god.
boy.
Oh, hit the
boy.
button.
I just opened a treasure chest that... I saw that ladder, but... I need to get these guys away from me. Oh, my stomach's hurting again. Oh boy.
Dude,
Oh,
I'm
boy.
pretty sure the bonfire is up that ladder.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I just need to lead them away, though, so I can
Yeah.
climb it. Come on. Come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, once you get them around these spikes, they'll fuck off and you can take a shit.
Okay, okay, okay. Where was it? Where was it? Here. Oh, God. Kai, you motherfucker.
Oh god, what is that?
I has joined forces with the trolls.
God, come on.
Dude, the way the sword misses is insane.
This is the bonfire?
Even though you're locked, when you're locked onto them.
Oh my god. What? Why am I
Oh
here?
god.
Oh, I got a key.
just a sec.
Oh.
This is how you destroy the ghosts? Oh, you corporealize them? Is that a word?
Corporealize? No.
Corporealize.
You de-ghost them.
This is so stupid. Oh my god. Well, alright, I'm gonna go shed. You guys fucking keep the stream entertained.
Keep Gazina and CPT Socks entertained.
Yeah.
As a
the detractors. Those are
punishment
the-
for dying there, you should have to sit there and shoot
Hunterwood
yourself.
detractors.
Yeah.
Your Twitter trolls
Alright.
that send super chats that make you call yourself gay.
Alright. I'll be right back.
He really didn't deserve to go to the bathroom after that.
Yeah, that was disgraceful.
I am now also a detractor.
Hope he falls in the toilet. Yeah, I don't know if Hunter knows how to use a toilet. He might fall in.
Fuck. This isn't good.
What happened to your call to Michael? Emergency Hunter stream call.
Oh no, I did call him. He didn't answer.
Yeah. Abandoned.
We should all call it all at the same time.
Then he has to answer. Kai, that was really good how you like hyped up this DLC and like convinced Hunter it was gonna like be an improvement from the rest of the game, and then
I
ever
forgot
since
about
then,
that area.
He's been tortured.
And then they promise you some cool shit and the setup with the dragon, and then as soon as you get inside, it's back to cramped misery and gang squads.
You were like, oh, this is totally different from the rest of the
Yeah.
game. This is like, even Hunter was like, oh yeah, yeah, you can see the pyramid. You can go, you can go in the pyramid.
I think. Wait. So we've been streaming for like 45 minutes. That means I think that feeling lasted about 30 minutes total before he realized that it was going to be misery again.
It lasted until he got like peppered by archers all into
Yeah.
the path towards the pyramid, and then in the pyramid he got funneled down these tiny, tight, narrow passages, chased by ghosts that he couldn't attack,
Yep.
covered in
Like,
traps and
yeah.
places where he doesn't know like where he should be going or what he should be doing.
I think Dark Souls
So,
2 fans have, like Stockholm Syndrome, because these areas are better than the base game, but they're still not good, but they're, like, noticeably better enough to where people highlight how much better they are, but they're really...
Mhm.
It's still Dark Souls 2. It's still just more of Dark Souls 2.
But yeah, I did want to say good job for gaslighting him for that brief moment in time and giving him
Yeah.
hope.
No, I love to emotionally manipulate Hunter. Damn, he must be taking a big shit.
I think they usually last like 20 minutes for him. That's like average.
Mm. What is Hunter's diet like? What does he eat? What do people in the South eat?
Collard greens.
Yeah.
Boiled hot dog bits. Some
Yeah,
chicken
chili
Oh,
cheese.
yeah. Yeah. Boiled
It's
hot
probably
dog
big
soup.
into the chicken gizzards.
A lot of like
Mystery meat pie.
orange-looking rice. Yeah, mystery
Mhm.
meat pie.
Bologna dipped in mayonnaise.
Oh yeah.
Just eating it raw.
Oh yeah, baby. Now we're talking. That's some comfort food right there.
Hi, who do you think got the better end of the pact between you and Hunter, with you playing all the
Oh,
Sega
definitely.
Sonic games?
Definitely me.
Mhm.
No, I wish I had streamed it on YouTube, honestly, because those streams were pretty fun. I similarly felt really deranged by the end of it. Like, it made me realize, and I think Hunter is the same. I'm not saying that streamers are human beings that deserve your sympathy, but
Excuse
it is
me?
hard on your brain. But that was the worst time to come back. But it is actually hard to stream, like physically and mentally. It is fucking. It inflicts pain.
yeah.
And streaming Sonic, I could not do it for more than like 2 hours at a time. It was just way too fucking much.
Whoa!
Especially Adventure 1. That was definitely the worst.
Oh boy. All right.
Shadow was just funny at that point, because that was the last one, and it's like the slowest out of all of them.
But
Shadow
Shadow's
was
cool.
Shadow was just straight up a good game.
So is that what you guys were talking about? Sonic?
Oh,
Mhm.
Javier asked who got the better end of the pact,
Oh,
and I said
did.
definitely. I said definitely me. Yes.
Yeah. I don't even
Well, Kai
remember.
was also telling us that, like, just this part is kind of rough on this DLC, but it gets like really good right after you get past what you
Okay.
were suffering.
Yeah. Just keep going.
Yeah, you just have to get past this one area, and then you're gonna be like, wow.
Oh, I should have gone back
Dark
and
Souls 2.
I gotta repair that ring.
Oh yeah, shit.
Forgot about that.
Oh, the
Isn't that
free...
a great mechanic?
Yeah,
Having to
because
repair your
oh, I
fucking
thought you were gonna
rings.
say the infinite homeward bone.
Oh well, I like how it's right after they introduced it, they introduced drop-offs that you can't get back from.
Yes,
So you have to
yeah,
use it.
exactly. It almost feels like they made that area first and they couldn't be bothered fixing it, so they just give you an infinite use homeward bone.
Um, 5K.
Dude, why is it so expensive?
Because it's a ring. It's a precious piece of metal that he has to work tirelessly. Much like my speech center. To repair.
I wish that the souls just told you how many you get.
I mean, you start to know after a while.
Yeah, I feel like I never remember. I
Aren't they
just think like the
organized
bigger
in-
one means more.
Yeah. They're not organizing your inventory as.
They are by size.
They are, yeah. I usually just save them. I usually don't use any of them until like the end of the game. Or if I want to buy a specific item.
If I want to if I have like a few thousand souls left to level up or something, then I'll use them. Like if I level up once or twice and then I have a bunch left over that.
Yeah, definitely towards the end of the game I start doing that as well. You know why you get lost in these areas is because it's just looks like smeary shit everywhere. Just the image on your screen looks like smeary shit. It's just like the colors and the textures and just like...
Oh, the sprint is so delayed after you run out of stamina. Gotta remember that thing. Alright. Okay.
It's all good, Hunter.
God, I don't want to be playing this again.
Don't worry, it gets really good after this.
Yeah,
Like, really
it's
good.
the DLC is really good, guys. I keep making that mistake.
Just wait till you get to the boss that's 3 guys in a room.
Oh boy. My favorite. Is this not a... This looks like it'd be a shortcut or something. Yeah. There's like a hole in the roof. That guy walked around it like it was an elevator.
Yeah, I think that is the elevator.
You activate it though.
Probably to get back up from like inside the pyramid or something.
Do you have to get on the 2nd floor?
There is something up there.
Or just shoot it with your arrow.
Where would I... See, if this was Dark Souls 1 or 3, I would not move on until I found every single item and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah, no, I definitely play the same way.
There's a... I don't know if I've hit that before. I don't know if I wanted to do that.
Oh. CSNDM.
Oh boy.
Oh, there he is.
The fucking
Oh, dude, fight
lamp.
him on the bridge. Fight him on the bridge.
Age.
What a pussy.
Oh my god, an enemy. Oh my god. The fucking... Where'd that enemy come from?
Oh my god, dude.
After you hit the pillar thing, he climbed down probably.
He should have honor jeweled you on the bridge.
I don't know if I should have hit that one or not. I think that was the one that I lowered to be able to jump down. Wait. Which way do I? Which fucking way do I go? Oh my god, I don't know that fucking... This way? Yeah, this way. Oh boy. That's part of the game, huh?
Yeah.
If you had the motivation of needing this shit, you would have found the bonfire, you know. It would have driven you forwards.
Yeah. The shit was
Oh
powering.
yeah,
you,
that's
dude.
the one I...
You've just
I
drained
tried
yourself of
to
your male
jump,
shit
but it didn't
essence.
jump. Because I think I hit a rock. I hit like a little bump and it didn't jump.
I do like the way the characters in this game just keep running in the air. It
Do
looks
they?
fucking hilarious.
Oh, when they run off the edge? Yeah, like a
yeah,
fucking
when they
Looney
run off the
Tune.
edge. yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And they also fall like a fucking rock too.
Tired of all these people stream sniping me.
Yeah, mods, can we start
Well,
banning
that-
stream snipers?
The Hunterwood stream is the sensation gripping the community at the moment, so everybody wants to be a part of it.
While that is true, I do not appreciate the stream sniping.
No Omega lolling at the streamer's expense.
Just what is this room?
Room with guys.
To room with guys. Dude, I try and understand where they're coming from, but Jesus Christ, if you like this one the best, you must have brain damage.
Yeah.
Like, the more of Dark Souls 2 that you see, the less forgivable defending it is.
Kai, the
It's just
PvP.
It constantly just gets worse the more you look at it.
And now there's not a guy there. What the fuck?
That's weird. Oh no, doesn't Dark Souls 2 has a feature where if you keep killing the same enemies
Yeah,
over
but
and
I
over, they
didn't
respawn?
kill that guy that much.
Yeah, but I don't know, sometimes it's like yeah, even after like 2 or 3 times they'll go away.
It really feels like I'm missing something there. It looks like
yeah,
it should be an elevator.
You're supposed to get up there from somewhere else up on that higher area.
These bloodstains.
I think you're meant to drop down onto it.
Oh, they just all died from the guy following them. It feels like
Yeah, you're meant to drop down from up there. And then go through that window where the corpse is.
fucking items on that one that moves up and down and they jump on. There's an item right there. Oh, there's a room back here? Oh, this is the... Okay, that's the way back. Okay. I forgot. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, okay. But yeah, how would I be able to make that? Oh. Oh, great. They aggro from so fucking far away. I like how he turned around to face me. I just don't want to take my time. I want to fucking... I don't want to play this anymore.
I want to rush through.
Yeah.
Let me through. Just let me fucking get through this game. Yeah, maybe you have to drop down from over here.
There's like... It doesn't even...
Oh, what is that?
It looks
yeah.
like I would fucking die.
Yeah, it doesn't look accessible at all. Oh wait, if you hit that one, does it go lower?
That's the one that raises and lowers, the one that I've been jumping through to get to that.
Oh, right. Okay.
There's like items on it, but... I
Yeah,
don't
we
really
can
care
be
about
fucked
getting the items.
finding out if it's even good. Yeah.
I got a key, but I don't remember any locked doors. Where was that room? This works, right? I don't know. It
If you
feels
get
like I
far
should be
enough-
able to
if you
lift
get-
that one up somewhere.
Yeah. No, I think it definitely is.
My God.
But if you
fucking
can just-
archers.
If you can just get through the pyramid fast enough, you'll get to the bonfire, and then you don't have to worry about this area anymore. You just don't have to come back here.
I should kill that guy before he fucking...
Pat is asking, why do you not enjoy this game? Your detailed explanation.
Watch the VODs. It's all in the VOD.
Watch the VOD starting from episode 1.
Yeah.
What is your least favorite thing about this game? Just overall.
Everything.
I would
just
say
the fucking areas suck, the enemy placements suck, the constant fucking multi-enemy ambushes suck, the boss fights suck, the music sucks. Every time
Everything
I've
just
done
feels
PvP,
fucking
it
meaningless.
feels like their weapon is 2 to 3 times bigger than it looks, and mine isn't.
Yeah.
And I never got that feeling from Dark Souls 3. I never PvP'd in Dark Souls 1. I did get a... Okay, yeah, there was a locked door. Please tell me... Oh my God.
Oh, nice. I don't know. I think the other thing is like everything in Dark Souls 1 felt like it was layered in some meaning, or like I think you said before where like everything sort of makes sense in the
Yeah,
world.
it's
like there's a reason why you're
yeah,
fighting
cohesive.
certain enemies. Yeah, and it's like there's a lore reason, there's a gameplay reason.
Yeah.
There's
The
like
area
a visual design
leads
reason.
up to it. It feels like the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's just not that like craft in this game. I think
Not
that's
at
the
all.
main problem. I think Miyazaki is the only person who could actually make a good Souls-like game.
What the hell are these things? Dried
Chests?
roots?
Oh, I don't know. Alright, this has to be something. Come on. Bonfire or a shortcut?
Okay.
Oh, dude, you know what I have been playing recently? Is fucking Stranger of Paradise,
Ah.
the like Final Fantasy Souls-like game.
Ah.
And I gotta say, it's actually kind of keener, to be honest.
It looks fun.
I'm
in
really
a-
enjoying it.
it
Yeah,
looks fun
like-
in a schlock way.
Yeah, I'm purely enjoying it in that way, and like being able to play fucking 50 different classes and have like combined classes and like use different skills from the different classes together. It's fun on that level, like the sort of like theory crafting and making a build sort of way.
So is this lighting these pointless?
I have no idea, to be honest.
It looks like it was.
What if it reveals a hidden bridge? Okay,
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy is so easily defeated by rubble. it will stop him from doing anything.
Oh. Alright, that's... Come on. Come on, game. Come on.
Rock shield boulder.
Come on, game. It's just one long, narrow corridor and a guy with a spear and a shield.
I feel like you can just smash his shield and break his guard if you just keep heavy attacking him. Unless he has like infinite poise like every other.
He fucking,
Yeah,
fucking Lloyd's me.
At all.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, that's gonna kill
Can
me.
you light
That's
him
gonna
when you have
kill
a
me.
Jesus. Wait, so you can still life gem, right? You just can't.
I don't
Estus.
know. I don't know. I haven't been Lloyd's before.
Yeah, not in this game.
Oh, fuck off, man. I took that drop and realized it was gonna kill me the second I started falling. See, this doesn't feel like I'm actually trying to play through the game. It feels like I'm just playing for Kai. So I'm not. I'm just.
And I'm loving it. And it's great. We're all enjoying ourselves. We're all having an equally good time here.
Yeah, yeah. Oh boy. Come on. Come on. I hate that these guys have fucking... Don't get staggered.
Oh, dude, you know what's hilarious is if you just stand in the middle because they think it's an elevator, they can't attack you,
Oh, yeah, true.
and they just circle around. Yeah, see, this is the time-wasting shit they do in this game, which I hate. Just like 2 spear and shield enemies on that bridge for no reason.
And they followed me all the way in here.
Oh. Yeah, the aggro range is just insane.
Yep.
You're basically encouraged to fucking use a bow and arrow and pick them off one by one.
Fun, fun, fun. Okay. So up was those pointless torches, and oh, I gotta kill these guys. God damn, they do a lot of damage. Okay, so you're gonna get fucking... Gonna invade again? Yeah. I don't understand how he fucking... He just poises through that. I can't use life gems. Like, but he's getting staggered by that. Oh, you
Yeah.
motherfucker.
All these fights just become...
Why is it so inconsistent?
All of these fights just become I hit you, you hit me. See it, pal.
Yeah, not so smart now, are you? Alright, here's a... Is this a... Don't tell me this is a shortcut right next to a bonfire, like the Huntsman's Cops.
Well, Huntsman's Cops, I think the thing is that it leads to another bonfire. It's like you have a bonfire, and then you have a shortcut, and then you have another bonfire.
No. No.
No.
Why do they make the elevator so fucking slow? Yeah, see, look. Why would I...
The other thing you notice about this engine is that your camera stays at the same level as the elevator when it's moving, unlike the first game, where it gets like shifted around by the sides.
Oh, yeah. Wow, a torch. Woohoo.
Dude, you got 5 extra minutes of torch. That's crazy.
The environmental storytelling of Man with
Dark
Torch.
Greatsword?
on
That was a
ledge.
spell. Okay.
What's the boss here?
3 guys with big swords. That's my guess.
Ooh, but what if one has a shield and one has like
One has a
smaller
hammer, but
sword
he...
that,
Yeah.
yeah, and he attacks quickly.
Oh, it is a boss. Dashing through.
Oh, wait, this is where it is? Wait, what?
Oh wait, no, it's not a boss.
Oh, okay, Jesus. I thought you skipped the... Oh, okay, I have no idea what this area is. I've completely forgotten what happens in this DLC, I think. The only part I remember is the ending.
Come on, man.
I think I know where you are. I think you literally are going to the 3 enemies boss. I've never actually fought
I
it, so
just
I
want them
don't know
to
what it is.
stagger. Just get staggered. What's the point of a big sword? There's no stagger and there's no hyper armor. It feels like I should just be using
Yeah.
something else. I thought the big
Wait, what
swords
is-
were good in this game.
Is your weapon at max?
Yeah.
Oh. That's insane.
God.
There's like no reason it shouldn't stack. So that would mean that nothing can stagger these enemies, surely.
I don't know.
If a greatsword R2 doesn't, I don't understand what would.
Oh, I have to go down? Oh boy. Oh my fucking god. Oh, and they instead of poisoning me, they petrify me. Oh fucking god. The DLC's better? The DLC's the best part of the game?
No, just keep going. The next area is like goes to
the
the next level.
fuck up. Oh boy.
I have
dead
never
end.
been. I've never been here in this DLC. I
do you
think this
mean?
is. No, I've never been to this area. It's not You don't need to come here to beat it, I'm pretty sure.
There's no way.
You're just finding all the best parts by
Corridor is a
yourself.
dead end. Where the fuck do I go?
You're in the Cave of Lost Souls.
Oh, it's just a bunch
You're a
of
lost
bloodstains.
soul.
And poison puking turtles.
No, petrification.
Will that insta-kill you?
I assume so. I think it's curse in this game. It's like what curse does.
Yeah. I think you need to. I think you just need to run to the boss.
Hell yeah, Kai. Never been here before, have no idea what's going on. I think you need to go down.
No, because I know this area ends with
Oh
the
my god.
the three guys boss. Yeah, there it is. That must be it.
Oh my god.
Oh god, dude.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Oh
this
yeah.
fucking game.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it's the gangs. Oh my god.
yeah, that's the gang squad. It's the three dudes.
Who did I watch play this?
It's Mike's video. This is one of Mike's famous
I
videos.
think that might be what it was.
Yeah, with the race cars. That's this fight, dude.
You're here. You get to experience it.
It's like someone dressed as Havel, someone dressed as what's his name? Just like the normal knight in Dark Souls 1.
How that hit me.
I love how you immediately just defaulted to the only viable way of beating this, which is just running around and rolling in circles. That's literally what you're
Please stop jumping attacking me.
Dude, the way his jumping attack homes in is fucking crazy. You can jump. I think you can go down there.
Dude.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, you gotta kill the archer first.
It's not actually that big of a problem so far. Fucking Havel and his fucking tracking is.
You're on the
Yeah,
you're on the famous boss. How are you
Oh
liking
yeah,
the
thanks for the
racetrack
advice,
so
Kai.
Ooh, into the rough.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Literally the
Alright,
first boss
I
is
was
3
not
guys.
aware that there was more petrification stuff down here.
3 guys
Oh,
with infinite
yeah.
stamina.
That guy, you can just like hit it R2.
Yeah,
from
if
outside
my
his
fucking
range.
if it doesn't miss. He didn't stagger and he hit me.
Haven't you seen Mike's strategy video on how to beat this boss? You need to get
Yeah, he's
one
doing
hit
it. He's
in,
running.
and then you just need to run. But no,
That's what
he
he's
needs
doing.
to run in a circle.
Oh yeah, that's true. He needs to stay on the track.
On the track. Stay on
He
the
needs to
track.
get laps properly.
You see, he just he went off the track, folks.
Dude, the fuck his jump attack.
Yeah, it's so good. That's one of the scariest fucking attacks in this game.
This music
A
sucks.
jumping homing R2 from Havel's fucking what's it called? The Tooth Hammer or something?
The Dragon Tooth.
Dragon Tooth, yeah.
He just knows where I'm gonna go. It's so
Yeah.
funny. Look at that.
I love that he does it whenever he gets the chance to. If you're at a good range for him to do it, he'll just do it. That's amazing programming. Can you backstab him?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. He just tracks. He just tracks.
Yeah, he just tracks. He's like this giant lumbering dude with heavy armor, but you can't like outmaneuver him. He's more agile than you all the time.
You just need to get in the occasional light attack and then run.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do with my fucking slow ass heavy sword that misses.
Yeah. That's this fucking game.
Oh, now you're jumping attacking? Go back to your fucking bow.
Hello, Michael. Hello. Can you guys hear him?
Here.
I've got him on speaker.
Hello?
You're on the
You got him
stream,
on the
Michael.
phone?
Hey, you're on Dark Souls.
You're on Dark
welcome
Souls,
to Souls
Michael.
Talk.
You're on Dark Souls. I don't think they can hear you. I don't think
No,
you
we
guys
can't.
can hear
We
him.
can't hear him.
Why isn't
Michael,
my
we
speaker
can't hear
picking
you.
that up?
Do you have crisp on?
Michael. I don't know what that is. Anyway, get on Discord. Bye. Okay, I was hoping
Dude, the fuck.
you guys could hear him.
I heard him say crisp.
I thought he said that because you said that.
He might have. I heard him say crisp. That's all I heard him say.
Once he's baited over, you just run back over to the other one and hit him once. You just have to keep doing that over and over again.
Oh.
Oh my god. My fucking slow ass sword. They had enough time to switch weapon and get a hit off before my
Oh my
fucking
God,
slow
yeah.
ass sword could swing.
Unfortunately, you've missed your chance to attack once, so you'll have to go around the entire lap again.
Yeah.
That's this fucking fight in a nutshell.
There you go.
Oh, he's trapped down there.
No, I
Ooh.
saw him come back around.
Fuck.
Gotta go down that ramp.
You've got a head start on this lap, though. It's fine.
No, no, come on. Come on.
He changed directions.
That's not fair.
He's like, Jason, you're around the kitchen
Oh,
table.
come on.
Oh no.
This is why Dark Souls 2 is just an inherently funny game sometimes.
Get up, Rocky. You can do it.
This is iconic.
Oh! Get his ass! Oh, no. Only time for one attack. We'll have to come back for another round.
Oh, they fell down.
Ooh, 2 attacks maybe?
Oh, plunging attack.
Now they're coming back up.
Yeah.
Now they're fucking. Come on. Where's Hovel? This fucking music sucks.
I'll turn it on.
Let me turn the audio on.
come on.
Yeah, it's just like a weird drum beat. I think when I played this game, I played with a halberd or some shit, so I could just poke enemies from really far away. Because most of them don't know how to deal with that.
Yeah, I don't think
Nice.
this is not a UGS kind of game.
Yeah, but if you can just poke people with the R2, it is like that works really well. The enemies just don't know what to do when they get hit out of their range. It's a really exciting battle.
Are you gonna lose this last round?
The fucking him getting staggered feels so inconsistent.
Why does he get staggered easier than the normal enemies?
You're
in
fucking
this
kidding
area?
me.
Oh, he heals.
Just heal?
No. 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 At least it's a slow heal.
I am going to drink and then.
Oh, nice.
You got
Oh
him
my
cornered.
God.
Get him, Rocky.
Oh my
You can do
god, he healed again.
This is such bullshit, dude.
He loves healing.
You know what'd be great is if he just pulled out one of those automatic crossbows, the like 3-shot ones.
He keeps healing!
Started-
How many does he have? So gay.
Okay, excuse me, Kurziner. Low energy combat. This is high octane.
Yeah,
pedal to the metal.
I'm fucking
combat.
doing laps.
They're
He
they're
is-
fighting at high speeds.
Yeah, there's a taste
Amazing.
of your own medicine. Jesus Christ.
Nice. That was a cool catchphrase you did when you beat him as well.
Which way did I come in? I don't even... What was the point of this? Was this the entrance or was the other way the entrance?
I
Oh my
don't
god, look at them all waiting.
Oh my god. Right outside. Holy fuck.
And they couldn't help but put some petrified...
Is there nothing at the end of this hall?
No, there is.
Oh, there we go.
Quite something. You it better fucking be.
It's a mimic.
Wow.
Wait, have there been any mimics in this game?
Yeah, there's been a few.
Flower
They
skirt.
should have had.
Hell yeah.
They should have had like way more of those petrification turtles in the map with the boss too.
Yeah, you should have had to fight them at the same time
That
as
was
the
it?
3 guys.
That
was
it just
it.
brought me back here.
Well done, Hunter. That was the
You did
boss.
That's the
That's
DLC.
the end of the DLC.
That's the that's the DLC. Yeah.
Really? You guys are... No, there's no way. Come on.
The end. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been fun.
There's no
This
way.
is it. It's over. Want to go back to Iron Keep and do more PvP?
Come on, you guys are trolling.
Nope.
No, that's the end.
You
That's
did the
the last
dragon,
enemy.
right? You did the
That was
dragon
the
already?
that was the Sunken Kings.
Those are
three
the
of them.
sucking.
The three
Those are the
sucking
sucking
kings.
kings. They suck each other off in that room.
The Sucking Kings, yeah.
What's my? Do I even want to keep
Speaking
leveling
of-
up, or do I want to say 150?
Speaking of Sucking Kings, I'm gonna go take a piss.
I'm gonna fucking keep leveling up. I don't give a shit.
There until
What was the point of that? To get the skirt.
Yeah.
You got the skirt of kings.
What do you think the lore of those characters was?
Thank you.
Well, I'm missing a bonfire in the middle. Oh, God.
Do you
there's
feel
a
like that's one
bonfire
of the
over
more memorable boss fights in the Dark Souls series?
Wait, do I have to really... I have to platform to get to that bonfire? No. Yes, I don't know. Memorable... No. Yes. No. Well, I don't know.
You
You
will
have to,
remember it.
you have to ask me, yeah. You have to ask me if I remember it. Do you remember the 3 Sunken Kings?
No.
They're getting sunked off.
Should've
Okay,
bought
I'm
more
back.
arrows.
Wow, is this how much you love this DLC, Hunter? You beat the final boss and you're still coming back for more? Still exploring?
Yeah.
Do you feel better having played this game now than not playing it?
No.
Okay, it wasn't even a good learning experience.
No.
Are you glad you know what people are talking about when
No.
they talk about this game? I'm trying to
like
find
the
any
Demon of
positives
Song.
here, dude. Come on.
Oh my
You didn't like the Demon of
God,
Song?
my sword!
Sword.
I didn't even kill
I
it in
think-
one hit.
The only good attack on this thing is the heavy, and it doesn't hit people properly.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, that was a cool attack.
That was the heavy.
That was like the spin. That was
That's
like...
the heavy.
Wait. Oh, wait. That's the heavy. Oh, I thought the
Yeah.
other one.
No, that's
What's
the
the
R.
R1?
That's the R1. The one that misses
Oh,
all
that's
the time.
the R1.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's my bread and
Um,
butter, and it misses all the time.
Because in 1, I think the R1 is like the swing, like the Zweihander. The Zweihandler.
Is we handler?
Zweihandler. Oh yeah, you gotta kill those. And they get corporealized.
And they're not going to stagger from my heavy-ass sword. Oh,
Yep.
He backstepped me.
Dude, that was skill.
God, I don't... Can we just say that was the final boss and I can move on to the next one or something?
No, absolutely not. Even though it was the final boss, you're not allowed to move on yet. I'll maintain that that was the true final boss of this DLC.
Alright.
Yeah,
Oh, I
after
remember
after
that.
the final boss of the DLC, then the rest of it gets better.
Oh, my game
Did you
crashed.
just did you just quit out to get out of the invasion?
My game crashed, for real, though.
Nice.
Look, I'll
Well,
post
there
it.
you go.
I got a
Dude, it's-
runtime error.
It just called the
Uh-huh.
it called you the fuck out on that one.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Look.
Shit.
That's been the Tomb of the Sunken Scholar of the First Sin.
Wait, does the stream die because of that?
It'll be back up, don't worry.
Hmm?
Oh, okay, there we are. We're back.
There it is. Bandai Namco Games. Lock 'em up.
I will not be stream sniped.
I should fucking install Dark Souls 2 and we can PvP and that can be the ending.
Do you even
of the
have a
series.
character?
Yeah. Does this game have cloud saves?
I don't know.
I feel like it does. Hang on.
Steam might.
Steam cloud saves.
All right, the stream's over, I guess, because I keep getting stream sniped.
You're getting stream sniped?
Yeah, I'm getting
Stream
stream sniped.
snipe, dude.
I am.
Really?
Yeah.
By who?
Wait, are
Who do
you
you,
fucking
who do you
for real?
fucking think? Who do you fucking
Don't
think?
say their names.
Yeah.
Don't say
There's
their name.
no. There's no.
Kurziner is stream sniping you?
Wow, Jack, you gave him exactly what he wanted.
Damn, bro.
Well, we can ban him from the stream, and then he can't stream snipe. That's how that works, right?
Yeah,
No, he wants
there's-
to be banned. He wants to be
There's
banned.
no fucking. There's no cloud save, so that means I
We
don't have anything.
Yeah, but I don't care how much internet cloud I give you, because at the end of the day, you'll still be banned, and that's the gravest punishment someone can receive. You
You're
won't be able to
playing
interact
exactly-
with the star hunter.
Playing right into his hands because then he's gonna make a video about how he owned a streamer
you will be
into
forever
banning him.
blocked. You will be forever blocked
Are you
from
crashing him?
communicating with the star.
We are going to do something.
It's like a
We're gonna,
restraining order.
I
We're
have
gonna
a
call it
plan.
here, folks.
No, I have a plan. I have a plan.
Okay.
This video.
Paizu says, "Why don't you fight him? Are you scared?"
I'm not going to get stream sniped. I have my integrity as a streamer, and being stream sniped is
So are you on strike now?
no, we're gonna
The
where's the
stream is asking,
fucking-
"Are you scared or just gay?" Which is it?
I'm gay.
CPT Sock says streamer
That's
is
a
a
clip.
coward.
We're clipping that. We got him, folks.
Where the fuck are the activities? Oh, there they are. All right, everybody, get in.
Putt party?
No.
We dropping into Droppington?
Where did that come
There's an
from?
option.
Are we dropping into Droppington?
We'll figure out a way to record this.
All right, let's. We try and watch this without having an aneurysm. That's the challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do I
Oh, I
record
really
this?
hope you can get this on stream.
I keep
What is this?
I don't know.
accidentally popping stuff out and fucking.
Well, use
you
the
select
pop
the
out, but
window
then use
or the
OBS window
screen?
stream on the pop out.
Hold on. Here we go. Add source.
Are we gonna watch Hassan reacts clips?
Is there like
Watch
a way
Skibbity Toilet
to?
compilation.
Yeah, we're watching Skibidi videos.
Is there a way to? How do I do like a? How do I like crop it? How do I do like a crop or something?
Like a not a pop out?
Like how do I just get the? Let me turn on my other monitor.
You asking like how to get rid of our avatars underneath of the stream?
What is this?
Because those you can't get rid of, because those you need to be able to see our emoji reactions.
Okay, here we go. You don't see that on the stream though, right? Right now.
Let me check.
No, I can't see
No,
it.
it's all black on the stream.
All right. Bloodborne
All
is
right.
genius, and here's why.
Friend of the
Here
show,
we
H Bomber
go.
guy.
All right. You guys ready? You're all tuned
hey,
in.
Bomber guy in chat. How are you?
You all tuned in.
Yeah, I'm tuned in.
All right, here we go.
I realised partway through recording it that attempts to defend and talk up Dark Souls 2 were worming their way into the Bloodborne video. So instead of making the Bloodborne video even longer, I decided to cut those parts out and then put them in their own video. Then I realised this video made no sense because it was just a mishmash of stuff lifted from a different video pasted together without context, so I remade it all,
I already
which
hate
took
this guy.
bloody ages.
I like
This
that he's
game
getting
is
caught in a
unfairly
small
maligned.
hallway against
I
the
think
enemy.
Dark
That's
Souls 1
very
was
Dark
And he's
Souls
running
2.
past
and the
them.
people who really liked
Yeah.
that one had kind of unrealistic expectations and got inevitably burned by the sequel
Oh.
being different or failing to be as
Unrealistic
spectacular and new as its
expectations.
predecessor when it came out. Judging it as a
I
game,
unrealistically
I think it's really
expected
good.
this game to
It's
be
not
good.
as good as Bloodborne, but it's a little bit better than Dark Souls 1. Oh, I mean, in my opinion, it's a little bit better than Dark Souls 1. Okay, it's about as good as Dark Souls 1, but it has some differences I prefer. Okay, it's not as good as Dark Souls 1, but the changes were an interesting and useful risk that's more valuable existing than not existing, and is genuinely better than just getting more of Dark Souls 1, which we already have, and you can still just go back to and play if you want to. And I personally think I had more fun with it. I
Honk,
think
honk.
the Emerald Herald is a better waifu than Guinevere.
Is that a Holocaust joke?
That was an anti-Semitic remark.
Yeah.
I don't know what volume would be good.
0.
We might as well start with a discussion of the health system, which I feel is the core building block of the Souls games, because it dictates
The one they
rhythm and
ruined?
structure of the
Dark Souls
gameplay,
2?
and creates the
Yeah.
weighty sense of challenge and difficulty the series is known for. Ironically, it's very easy to just make something hard. Making a game challenging, while also being fun, requires a very dense and carefully arranged interplay of mechanics. This is the tightrope games have to walk. How do you make a player feel challenged, so that their success is a rewarding experience, without making them
Dark Souls
feel
2
overly
makes me feel
punished or
mentally
simply
challenged.
frustrated? This balance is difficult to execute. The reason Souls games are difficult in the first place is because of the way damage works in the games. If everything was the same, but all attacks did a half or a quarter the damage they do, the game would be fundamentally different, less challenging, and less fun as a result. Things wouldn't be as weighty because the damage wasn't as important, and dodging wouldn't feel as necessary, and so on. This is why a lot of first-person shooters have a difficulty mode they explicitly recommend over the others, because games usually manipulate
That's a good
difficulty
emote.
by making the damage sliders
How do
be
you do
higher
that?
or lower, and in most games there's a specific amount
it's in,
of
like, the
damage
bottom
attacks
left.
are most enjoyable to be working
there it
with.
is.
Souls games
It's like
have no
the-
difficulty
yeah.
setting because there's almost no way to make the game easier
PSP
without fundamentally
reacts,
altering
yes.
the thing that makes the games fun. In a Souls
Hunter
game, you
Wood
generally
tries
can
it,
only take a
watching
couple
this
of hits
video.
before dying. Healing, therefore, is an important mechanic. How do you let the player gain health back?
Dude,
This
he
is an
just
important-
Why
fucking
is
get to
the
the point.
footage?
finds the flow
Dude, the
of
footage is the most
ensuing
boring
healing
footage of the whole
Let's
game
say
too.
there was no healing whatsoever, or you healed instantly without there even being an animation, or, as in Bloodborne, you could heal back damage you took if you retaliated quickly. These utterly change the rest of the mechanics and therefore the rest of the game experience because they change how the player is led to interact with them. The guy who gets to decide how players get health back actually is responsible for more of the game than the people who designed the levels in a weird way. Souls games have done this a variety of ways with a variety of impacts on core
cares?
gameplay. In Demon's Souls, you healed by using different kinds of grass you found or purchased. Stopping to grab a bite, however, was very slow and deliberate, and it stopped you dead in your tracks. While this is fine if you already beat the thing that damaged you, in a lot of direct combat situations, stopping to heal is either
Wait,
not
okay,
going to
here's the
work
emoji.
or is going to get you killed. It's a calculated risk every time, and in boss fights, finding places in the rhythm of the battle when healing was a good idea was key to survival for people who couldn't always avoid taking that damage. There is something of a downside to this, however. Firstly, while it is very calculated and purposeful and challenging to heal, should it be? It's fair, but is it good to be in a situation where the most pressing thing, trying to heal, is a really bad idea that would itself kill you? A lot of early players die while mashing the heal button. That's not fun, even if simply not doing that is technically the sound response.
Yeah, but then
Secondly,
you
in
learn
Demon's
not to
Souls,
do
you
that.
immediately have access to all the healing items you'll ever need. You can buy as many of these as you
Oh,
want
there
as
he
soon as
is.
the game completely starts
Oh.
and always go back
He's
for more,
here.
and they're fairly easy to farm from
Are
enemies.
you live?
This means that if they
Yeah,
master
Yeah.
the
get in
timing to
the
heal in battle,
get in
they're
the
practically
activity.
unkillable and can't be worn down
You haven't
by
missed
attrition
much.
as they progress to a level. As long as no one
going
encounter
on
can
here?
fully drain your life
I was getting
bar,
stream
which
sniped,
can
and so we
still
moved
happen
on
a
to
lot.
this.
Demon's
In
Souls
defense,
difficulty
are you
reduced
fucking
quite a bit
serious?
from where it was
I
previously
cannot
to be.
watch this
You
fucking
tend to
video.
have
I
access
cannot
to
watch this
infinite-
video. I'll have it on, but it's muted. I cannot watch this fucking video, man. I fucking hate this
Your
stuff.
reaction
Why would I
to the
watch
stream.
it?
Give your
Friend of the
reaction to
show,
the stream.
H.
It's
Bummer
good
guy.
content.
More of. You have
Oh,
a
wait,
limited
you're
amount
live
of users.
watching this?
Yes!
Yeah, yeah,
Bonfires
we're
of
It's
starting.
content.
Yes, I know you can also get health back by using
Tell
other
them
magic,
how
but
much
doing
you
that
hate
burns
it.
such a rare resource that I couldn't really regard it as a source of healing, unless you're one of those good at Dark Souls people I've heard so much about. This meant you had a finite amount of life at any given time. This also means attrition becomes a factor. Damage you take is health you aren't
Is he really
getting
gonna
back
defend the
until
fucking
you
life
reach a
gems?
point
Tommy
of
doesn't
Estus.
approve.
This can make the game more interesting and more risky. It also means that there's a net maximum amount of times you can possibly be hit by enemies or a boss in a single run. In this regard,
I'm gonna down
Dark
a
Souls is
bottle of
tremendously
Ruski
more
Standard.
difficult, but also more satisfying because of the new element of challenge it adds.
Can we just
However, you're still left
I know
basically
we're
prone
watching
while
this,
you do it, and it still takes just long
gamer
enough that
word
getting killed
talk,
while trying
but
to heal is an annoying and common
can
possibility.
I just say,
It means if you're on a run to a boss and you take a certain amount of damage,
absolutely
you feel like
ridiculous
you're already
that
doomed
nobody
on
here
this
heard
run,
my bit
because
when
there's
I
no way
called
you can
Kai.
get past them with
Absolutely
that little
insane.
health remaining. So you have to
And
go back
stupid.
or
you.
just go on a doomed run and
He
die
called
and
me,
come
but I called him
again.
back, and then
And that
I
can
did
kind of
a
wear
bit,
down
and you couldn't
your
fucking
ability
hear
to
me.
keep playing
Can we
the
can
game
we
and,
can we do that again?
enjoy it,
We can
which is
recreate
the
it.
appeal
Let's
in
do
games.
that again.
Ring ring. Ring ring. Pick up the phone, Michael.
Hello?
Hello.
Why you gotta lead into it, man?
Wait, what was the bit? I don't know what the bit is. I don't know what. I thought you were gonna do the bit.
You don't even. Oh, let's try that again.
All right. Okay, so you answer the phone.
Ring, 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 ring. Hello,
Hello. What's up?
dude. You. Oh my fucking god! You called me and you were like, "Hey, Michael, we're playing Dark Souls 2. You gotta get in here." That's what you said, man.
Oh, okay. Oh, Michael, we're playing Dark Souls 2. You got to get in on the stream.
Who is that?
That was the bit.
See, it didn't work. It would have
Yeah,
been funny earlier, wouldn't
It
it?
got built up too
That was
much.
good try.
Hold on, let me crop the top a bit. There we go.
Why is this paused?
Because you were doing your
We're
bit. I'm
waiting
about
for the
to
bit.
play-
I
yeah,
Yeah.
that landed.
he was
very
trying to-
I
well.
wait to listen to this.
He was
guy.
trying to pass the
Dark Souls
time
2, in my
so
opinion,
that we
fixes
wouldn't
some
have
of
to
this
watch this,
pretty
I think.
well.
I
Firstly,
cannot
it takes an
fucking
age to
believe.
drink again, making it even more deliberate
is
than
2
the
hours
Souls
long.
one, and your health actually recovers over a very short amount
It's
of
an
time
hour
instead of
20.
instantaneously. This forces the player to not even consider
Oh, we
healing
don't have to
until
watch
they're
How did that
fully
hit?
Because there's no chance they'll just get the Estus to their lips.
That's not how
before
my
they hit and
greatsword
stay
works.
alive.
Oh, he's
Ironically, by
one-handed.
being
Using the
more
same
slow and
sword, isn't
deliberate,
it?
it further
No.
disencourages the thing that causes annoyance when it doesn't work, dying
does
while
the
trying to
heavy.
heal. However, Dark Souls 2 also
one-handed heavy.
supplements this with life gems. Life gems are
Life
a little bit like the
gems.
grass, down to being purchasable and coming in numerous sizes. They take a while to use, and they heal over time, very slowly. This is genius. You see,
Genius.
Genius.
It can create a nice
Genius.
and a risk that you'll be worn down too far to make it anywhere. But you know what isn't fun? Knowing you're definitely fucked, because you'll most likely lose the remaining health you have before you get anywhere new. Knowing you're at the limit, your healing
Yeah, so
can
you get
take
good at
with
the
your
game.
abilities, and you're just
That's
not
the
good
fun
enough,
part.
And you're gonna have to keep playing this area over and over.
You have to get
or
good
go
at it.
farming
I
and
know
level
that's a
up or
fucking
something.
gay
By
meme,
bringing
but
back
it's
theoretically
true.
infinite health, but making it heal very slowly, the creators have introduced a way to get around this annoyance without making the player feel
But they,
What do you
you
mean
literally-
annoyance?
but
That's
you
the
get more
game.
Estus flasks.
Since
though.
they take a
That's
while
how
to
you
use
get
and
around the
slow,
annoyance of
then
only
risking
having
Well, yeah, that
5
too.
But
Estus
if
flasks
you're
because
good
you
at
get
not
more
immediately
Estus
dying,
flasks.
They still heal you. So you can run out of Estus and still have access to a source of healing.
The problem
that
with the
requires some
flasks is
skill
it
to use
heals
effectively,
all at
which
once,
is kind of cool and smart.
instead of slowly
They're
over
also
time.
useful
The
for
great-
No, it does
things
heal
that
slowly,
you don't
just
think you'll be able to
less
stop and heal
slowly.
later. In some
Yeah.
boss fights, using a gem
More
with
fastly,
chance
one could even
and
say.
then
Yeah,
attacking
more
means
fastly.
that
You just
can
said you
heal
need
back,
skill
even
to
if you
use
get
the
hit a
life
bit
gems.
later.
That skill,
This
by the way,
frankly
is
a
to
welcome addition.
Is
The
to
whole
walk
badge
away.
on the
addition
thumbstick
Yeah.
and run
that
from the enemy.
destroys the delicate
That's
balance of
the
entire
skill you
game,
need
and
to
it's
use the fucking
erased
life
the
gem.
majesty of the Estus flask and its purposeful limitation.
Oh
on
my
players'
god,
maximum
this guy
amount of
should get
mistakes.
fucking killed.
This, in a sense,
Do not
is
edit
an
that out of
accurate
the stream.
analysis.
I won't.
The
I don't know
balance
what
is
bits you edit
shifted.
out, but I want this
However,
guy
it's
to get
shifted in
fucking
favor of
killed.
the
I want
player in a way
this
that's
threat to be
overall
sent
positive for
to
the experience. Bloodborne probably does the best
Hampton
with
on
its user
Derryshire or
file.
whatever
Profiles are
fucking place
simultaneously
this
guy
infinite
lives in.
and finite.
Kentshire
You can
on,
buy a
on
bunch quite easily,
Berryshire.
but only have
Yeah.
20 on hand at any time. The more you find in a level are immediately usable if you had less than 20
Oh, don't
on
bring
you.
Bloodborne
so
into
you can
this.
Use more than 20 if you use
If it's
one
any
in a fight and then
consolation,
one
which
drops
by
from
the
a
way,
corpse
this is the one
later,
thing
which
Bloodborne
happens
does
fairly
worse
often.
than Dark
The
Souls
healing's
1
also
is the
quicker,
fucking
and you
healing.
have a lot of control over movement while you do it. This is good.
And
I
that's
like
the
the healing,
context he's
though.
bringing it up.
But at
with.
least I feel like
ultimately, as
Bloodborne
a
it's fun
mechanic,
just because
I
the
think it's
healing
more
is
enjoyable
instant.
to be able to heal quickly.
Pretty
because
much.
Dying while healing or dying
Like,
because
it
you were
works
unable to
for-
heal
I mean,
because the
no,
game
it,
that
yeah,
killed
it
you
works
is just
way
never
better
fun
than
or
fucking Dark
Yeah.
Souls 2,
If I
of
was
course.
to grade all
But
4 games' healing methods, I would put
Oh, but
Dark
I
Souls
just
one
mean, like-
for blood
here,
vials is
because
annoying as
I don't
shit.
personally think
Yeah.
its method of attrition
You
is
just
a
have
lot
to be
funnier
buying
Wait,
them.
wait, wait,
when it
wait.
comes-
What did he say? How do I go back?
Critically, it would have killed you. Is
He's
just
gonna
never
rank
fun
the
or interesting.
healings.
If I was to grade all 4 games' healing methods, I would put Dark Souls last here.
Oh my
because I
fucking
don't personally
god.
think its method of attrition is all that fun when it comes down to it, and the precise amount of time it takes to heal and the way it immobilizes you.
I mean, it's not attrition if you're getting better at
you
the
think you
game.
might just be able to make, which means more players die trying
I
to
would
heal
never
in
even
this
think
game
of
than
describing the
any. I
Estus
think
Flask in
2
Dark
is the
Souls 1 as a
second
system
best
of
behind
attrition.
Bloodborne. And hey,
What a
that's pretty
fucking
good.
idiot, man. Death, death, kill, kill.
Why dudes in armor is
Criticism
awesome.
I see
Oh
made a
my
lot about
god.
Dark
Fuck
Souls 2 is that
off,
a lot of
man.
the bosses and also a lot of enemies are what amounts to
Michael's
humanoid
already
people in
reached his
armor.
limit with
This
this
isn't just an
guy.
aesthetic complaint, it's also a problem in the sense that a lot of the fights with enemies amount to learning how they swing a weapon, how to get past their weapon, and which direction
Can
their
we go
swings
back to you
And since
playing
there's a
this
finite
fucking
amount of
game?
ways a
No.
humanoid can swing a
No,
sword,
he was
No, the
getting
stream
multiple people
snipers
can
are
start
still
he was
in
getting
chat.
doxxed by guys in the chat.
a lot of bosses are very similar, unlike the previous game, which has more of a
This is
variety
chat's
of unique
fault that you're
bosses like
watching
the
this.
King
Yeah.
Dragon or
Chat, if
did
you
this,
hate
yeah.
this,
scaleless, breaking up the monotony.
stop
And
invading
indeed,
Hunter.
there are quite
It's
a lot of
against the
humanoid
rules.
opponents who fight with
I don't mind
swords
being
or
invaded. I
knives
mind
or
being
keyboards.
stream
But here's the
sniped.
thing. I'm going to make a different argument here.
I will
I'm not gonna
not
argue that the bosses
give
are
you
all
the
sufficiently
satisfaction
different, which
of
in
stream
my opinion they
sniping me.
are, or that there are plenty of different
You
kinds
will
of
be
boss fight
punished by
breaking up
watching
the
more
monotony,
H. Bomber guide
which
videos.
there is. But instead,
Yes.
I'm going to
We're gonna
play
watch the
wild card
Bloodborne one
and
next
be
if
the
you keep it
needless
up.
contrarian that people say I am. I'm going to argue in favor of
Look at all
dudes
those
in
dirty
armor.
footprints
I think
he's
the
leaving.
best kinds of fight in games are against enemies on roughly equal footing with the player. All games, not just Souls games. There's something viscerally satisfying about facing off with someone making use of the same skill set as you. The best boss fights in Devil May
God.
Cry are the fights against Virgil or Dante or another human-sized opponent with another ridiculous sword. The best boss fight in God Hand, and also gaming history, is
Yeah, this
against
guy needs to
Azel,
stop
who
bringing
has the
good
devil
games
hand
into his
of the sword.
discussion.
It's far more compelling to fight a person making use of skills you yourself could be using than someone with far more powers than you or who is a
Most of this guy's arguments amount to,
feels
I
good,
like
to put it
eating
simply.
shit.
Dark Souls
I
had a
like
couple of
eating
regular enemies in
shit.
the game who scratched the itch for me.
I like eating
the
shit.
NPC
It's
invasion,
delicious. I
Mildred,
like eating shit.
Lautrec, the crestfallen guy when he goes
Eating
hollow, or
shit
Oscar
is
when you return
genius.
to the asylum, or Rickard. These kinds of fight are the best and most memorable. In fact, I just remember
This
those
shit
off
was
even
the
put those in the
juiciest
script. I
and
just
the
decided
most
to list them
memorable.
because I just know them all. PvP
I
is
mean,
so
they're
fun
fun,
in these
but-
games for this exact reason. You're fighting people on the same footing as
Dude, this
you.
guy
with access
likes
to
the
same
fucking
resources.
invasions.
It's just
His
great. It's
brain
a
is a
puzzle where you all
fucking
pick
peanut
your
size.
poison and then you fight to see who is poisoned the most. But in Dark Souls, the only boss fight that comes really close to getting this right is Artorias in the DLC. Ornstein and kind of did it, but you were too busy dealing with the other guy, so you could never really focus on the aspect of the fight that's like this straightforward, cool duel, you know?
Oh
And
my
then they get really big and
God.
it becomes a very different kind of thing. Artorias is a really, really good fight. He's not exactly on equal footing with you. He's presented as a very strong person, larger than life, literally, corrupted by evil, but he's a brilliant fighter because he never comes off as ridiculous. He even dodges and rolls the way a person would. You get this fantastic mix of outsmarting a fellow consciousness trying to beat you in a straight fight. Before Dark Souls 2,
He
I
was
would
like,
describe
he
Knight Artorias
was
as
like,
the platonic
it's
ideal
good because
of a
he doesn't
Dark
get too
Souls boss fight.
ridiculous, and then
It's the
he
most
like started doing
pared
front
down,
flips,
purified
sword
form of
slams into the ground.
single combat with another swordsman in the
It's like
Souls
you.
games, and that's really, to me,
Yeah.
the best thing. Dark Souls 2 has a lot more of this.
This
kind
was
of fight
before
than the
Dark
previous two
Souls 3
games,
came
and
out,
more than
right?
Bloodborne also. And
This
this,
is
I must
after
stress,
Bloodborne.
this is my opinion, is a gift. The Pursuer,
When
the
was this
Lost Sinner,
uploaded?
The
Looking
Pursuer,
Glass
dude,
Knight,
you fight the
Velstadt,
Pursuer,
and
like-
in the DLCs, the Few
'April
Knights and
16,
Silver
2017.
Lion,
Yeah, that was
King.
after Dark
In my
Souls 3
opinion,
came out.
These fights are what the Souls games mechanics are vessels
And Dark
for.
Souls 3 has
This is what the game
better
should be
like
built
Yeah.
around.
fighting against the
There's even the
humanoid
old Dragon
fucking
Slayer,
bosses, and
a
it has
version
way
of
more of them.
Ornstein's fight that indulges in this aspect more than fighting two people at once could do. I remember telling my friends that I'd wished there'd been a one-on-one fight with a character like Ornstein, perhaps as a mini-boss.
What?
later on,
He's
and then
praising the
played
old
PS3
Dragon
version
Slayer.
too while I waited for it to come out on PC. The
I mean,
first thing
again,
they did
like,
when it
what
came
do you
out was
say?
tell
What do
me
you
where
say to
go
this
for a
fucking
cool
retard?
surprise over Skype, and I got the fight I'd wanted.
Dude, he
from
was like the
previous
one
game.
finally got what I
guy
wanted.
was.
Oh my
I
god.
finally got what I
But
wanted.
it was literally a fight I specifically
The old
thought
Dragon
would've been
Slayer!
fun and
Dragon
missed
Slayer is
Oh,
back.
and I'm
by
glad
golly,
someone
Governor,
working on
it's
Dark
the
Souls
old
2
Dragon
agreed.
Slayer!
Honestly, when I saw
golly.
early critics saying Dark Souls 2 is pretty great, but you fight a lot of dudes in armor, I remember immediately thinking, hell yes. There are other kinds of fight, and it's good to
Hell
have
yeah.
Hell
them.
yes,
They are the
I
best.
love
Perhaps
fighting
one of the
generic
worst
dudes in
things
armor.
about
I love
Demon's Souls
eating
Dark Souls
shit.
1
I
is they
love
didn't properly
eating
master this
shit.
idea yet. Demon's Souls had the Penetrator, don't laugh, and some decent NPC fights like
I
Garl
love
Vinland,
fighting the
actual final
Bone
boss of the
Lords.
Valley of Defilement. I mentioned the ones Dark Souls had, but 2 elevated these fights to their proper place as the
Just
core fight you did
the
most.
fucking,
I love it for that.
Oh
The
my
5D Knights are
God.
criminally
I would
underrated.
agree
They
if
literally
the
look and
Oh my-
humanoid
his-
fights were good,
The
but
fucking
they're all
worst
bad.
enemy in the
If you let them
game.
get
He's
up, which you should
saying
do,
is the
because
best
while you're
one.
attacking them, they sit down and do nothing on purpose until you want to fight them. The fight is usually pretty cool. They kill me
Yeah,
a
not
lot,
until you fight the
so I
fucking
can't show me beating
Dragon
them
Rider.
really easily, which would have been nice.
Look at that fucking
They
instant.
killed me a lot,
The
which
narrative
is
critics
pretty
create
cool.
when they talk about dudes in armor is that the developers ran out of ideas. But with just a slight change in perspective, it becomes clear that the developers had a really good new idea, which was to use more of a kind of fight that was vastly
That's-
underutilized in previous
That's some
games.
Galaxy
Wait,
Grain
I mean,
hope right
I'm
there.
sorry,
That was a
what?
new idea.
Did he just say that the developers used
Well,
a
I'm
new
gonna claim it
idea
is at
of
least,
using
and
an
you
old
can't stop
idea
me.
that was in previous games?
Yeah, they had the new idea of using an old idea, but all the time,
Like in Dark Souls,
and
there are
having
plenty
that be
different
one of
kinds
the
Right,
only
yes.
ideas.
Yeah,
you
the
use.
only idea.
Bigger bosses like the Last Giant.
What a fucking
Person
very.
is insane.
There would be a fucking point if those fights were any good, but they're not.
Yes, exactly. He's like trying to back this argument up with Scorpion-S Najka, which was, you can see her glitching on that tree in the video.
Dark Lurker, if you can be bothered to go do all the stuff that you need to do to fight him, which I couldn't, so I
Well,
Wow,
Hunter
I'm
knows
better
how
than
good
H.
that
Bomber guy.
boss is.
But there are too many bosses that consist of fights
Well,
with large groups, and this is proof of the game.
I mean, yeah, I could have guessed that
Similar problems
before
extend to
watching
other
any of
boss
this
fights,
shit.
which seem to follow the mantra, if you can't make it good, make it difficult by adding more stuff.
This is Matthew Matosis. His Dark Souls 2 critique video
This
came out
guy
just over a month
sucks.
after
I
the release of the
hate him.
game in April 2014. It blew up somewhat on the internet, to the point that a lot of the times I see
Dude,
someone in
the
person or
tone
online
of his
talking about
voice,
Dark Souls 2,
the
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
video
some criticisms that
essayist.
can be heard in
Yeah.
this video, and
This
those
is
who
so
don't like it will
amazing.
cite it as a source for their explanation of why. In fact, when asking viewers
I
for
And I
what
can't
they
wait
think
for you to
I
see
fucking
it.
hate this
The
guy. bulk of them linked
Yeah,
this
yeah, it's
video,
the-
and most of the people that
The
did
Richard E.
I
Grant.
cheered
they knew for certain
when I
I
was
would have already
fighting the
seen this
prowling
video.
maggots.
We're dealing with a piece
I
of
cheered.
criticism
I
that
laughed.
has, in
shouted.
a way, quite a fundamental impact on discourse surrounding the
jumped
game.
for joy.
It's got copied,
I
repeated, referenced,
fist
and in
bumped
many
the
ways,
air.
I think the prevailing dismissive
Yes.
attitudes
I
towards the
cheered
game's
and cried.
quality started to crystallize as a result of this video. That's not to say the video is literally to blame for negativity towards Dark Souls 2.
It started to
but regardless,
crystallize.
It is necessary that this
It's
critique
not
be
to
defeated
blame,
and
but it's
destroyed
the
at
only
all
reason
costs.
that anyone is
The
ever
mechanics of the
critical.
Souls games are
I'm
built
not
for
blaming the
one-on-one
video, but
engagement,
I'm
thanks
saying
to
that
its
if it
slow
didn't
attack
exist,
animations, which are uninterruptible
Fuck
once they
you,
start,
man.
and a lock-on camera which focuses
How many
heavily
times
on
can
a
I say
single
I want this
foe.
guy to fucking
This
get
early
killed in
criticism
one
is an
video,
interesting one.
in one
The claim
fucking
is that
stream?
adding more enemies into the game and also into some boss
Just keep
fights
saying it
is a
until the
lazy
stream
attempt
gets
to
shut
increase
down.
Until the
difficulty.
stream gets shut
I think
down
this is
or my
Listen,
wish is
he's
granted
not
by one of our
specifically
stream
designed to work
snipers.
He's
best
not
What if-
saying
what about-
that
Matthew
he wants
Matosis?
to
What if we
kill
had
His
some
opinion
actual
is
stream
Yeah,
snipers?
we need some
Yeah,
actual
the
stream
sniper was
snipers.
literal.
There are absolutely ways of dealing with larger numbers of crowds.
He's
It
just
just
saying
Anyone
he
who
would
lives
like
in-
this
but
person
how you
to
normally
die.
deal with enemies.
Anyone
when
who
there's
lives
just one
in
or two.
West
Crowd control is
Cockingshire
a different
right now,
skill to the one
go to
that
this
normally requires
go to this
test,
guy's
but it's one
house.
that's worth testing and really isn't in previous games. I remember God Hand being criticized for having too many enemies for an engine that was claimed to only really work best in one-on-one fights. But you can look up people playing it and see there's plenty of crowd control, but not if you always play the way you do against just one opponent at a time.
Take the
Dude,
Prowling Magus fight, for example. If you want to kill one of the crawling undead littering this fight, your eyes need to be taken off the casters at the back in order to lock on.
Ah, you see, here's your problem. Matthew makes the supposedly obvious criticism that locking on makes it hard to see your enemy, so the fight
So
isn't
amazing
well
miss
designed,
there.
or fights against groups are inherently bad in this type of game or something. But why would you
something.
lock on? You see, the Dark Souls series has this amazing feature where, using the right stick, you can rotate the camera to show anything you want on the screen. You can manually control the camera yourself. When you think about it, his
Yeah, but the
argument
manual
actually is that the
camera is
lock-on
terrible
system
in
works
all of
best
these
against
games.
single enemies. And he's right about that. But that's why you don't lock on in a fight against multiple enemies. Arguably, the main lesson you're taught as early on as the first.
right,
few
so you're
areas
supposed
is
to
that enemies are
fucking
attacking
start
from all over the
swinging
place,
like
and
it's
you want to keep
Mountain
your wits
Blade
about you more than
fucking
just pressing the button that focuses on one
multiplayer,
person
competitive
and hoping for the
multiplayer. You're
best.
supposed to
This is
start
a game that prides
swinging your
itself on
fucking shit
expecting you to
around
look
as
where you're
fast as
going,
possible
even as
because you
far
have
back as
two
the first
fucking
game with the guy
ranged
hiding behind the doorway,
range attack
people
enemies that
hiding
are
in
fucking
corners, even
constantly
all the way
shooting
over
it.
in Bloodborne.
Dude,
The lock-on system is a tool to be utilized
Again.
carefully. just like every other ability and mechanic.
Anyone in
That
To reiterate,
fucking function was bad in this
stroke
scenario.
cock on Trent or whatever, wherever this guy's from.
Stroke cock on
to avoid getting swarmed and put into a bad situation.
Please.
Keep track of yourself and navigate carefully. If you
This guy
launched
needs to
directly
have an
onto one of
accident.
the enemies, you would have a problem, and that means you don't do that. Dark Souls 2 uses fights like this and a generally different sort of level design to teach you that in this world, sometimes focusing down on a specific individual is a mistake. Matthew didn't like Dark Souls 2 as much because he didn't learn this lesson and kept trying to play it the exact way he played the previous two. He also invokes the time you fight against the 2 Dragon Riders, and there's a cute little clip I want to show where he locks onto one and then has to angle himself precisely so he can see the 2 of them.
The twin dragon riders are another example of this. You want to avoid attacks from both of them while periodically damaging one of them, but in order to do so you need to lock onto one and position yourself in such a way so you can see the other.
This clip is meant to show how bad the lock-on system is in 2-person fights, and therefore how poorly designed this fight is for putting this guy all the way over there. But the thing is, you could just not hit the lock-on button. You could just not do that. You can aim the camera wherever you want. You can still dodge.
You could
and
just
attack,
eat shit.
you
You
know.
could just eat shit.
You
I looked back over the footage of me doing
It's
this
shy. They
fight, and I
say
didn't knock
shite
them out
over
at all
there.
until one of them was dead, and it became a good idea to completely
Everyone else is
focus on
shit.
one enemy. This naturally occurred to me because this is how Dark Souls 2 teaches you to play. I honestly think the
Right, this
mechanics
is-
and
this
the
is
way they're
amazing.
utilised in the first 2 games has gotten so
Wow.
ingrained in people who liked those 2 that it makes them play weirdly in games
Using
that work slightly differently
strategy.
or have different kinds of challenge, and this strikes them as a
Strategy.
flaw. I got some criticism on
He
my
is
last
the
video that it's
strategy
wrong to
gamer.
say it's possible to play a game wrong, and there's a lot of ways of playing Dark Souls, and they're all equally valid if that's how the player wants to do it. And yeah,
That's like
kinda,
a second
but all I can say
playthrough,
is
third
I can
playthrough
definitely see
strategy.
why
The game
Matthew
like
Matosis and other
makes no.
critics
Yeah, there's no
had
indication.
Yeah,
of
no
Dark Souls.
indication.
This is how they approached it.
There's no other
This
fight.
looks a whole
This
lot
isn't
like
like
playing the
established
game
beforehand.
And this is
then
also
then
a fight that
communicate.
was
They're
a
still
boss
doing it bad
before
as fuck,
that they
though.
just put
Note
2 in
to
the
self,
same
just
room.
And it
cut
sucks.
away from this
Yeah.
quicker in the
Like
final
that's
edit.
even all
Also,
this
we need
shit
to
is
edit out
burying the
part where I
lead,
say
which
those
is that
things.
the
Matthew
combat
was
is just
still
bad
trying
in
to
the
use lock-on
game.
mechanic in
Like
fights,
that's
even as late
it's
as
a
the
bigger
Watcher and
fundamental
Defender bosses,
problem.
and he's still using a shield.
Like you can point to all these
bless.
interesting
Someone
things that the
really
game
liked
does
the
or whatever,
previous
but
games and tried real
it doesn't
hard
matter
not to
when the
unlearn what
core of
Wait,
the
wait,
combat.
wait, wait. You're talking
kind
about Did you just hear what he said?
It's
No,
just
I
the
didn't, sorry.
snarky way he says all this fucking retarded shit.
Matthew Matosis didn't think of moving
He
the
just
camera.
didn't want to unlearn.
sorry,
has
yeah,
less
accent.
good time
Hold
with
on.
Dark Souls 2 if this is how they approached it. This looks a whole lot like... Note to self, just cut away from this quicker in the final edit. Also, we need to edit out the part where I say this, please. Matthew is
Here we
still
go.
trying to use the lock-on mechanic in fights, even as late as the Watcher and Defender bosses, and he's still using a shield. Aw, bless. Someone really
Jesus
liked the
fucking
previous games and
Christ.
tried real hard not to unlearn what they learned there. This kind of criticism sheds light on the
What?
critical perspective that
Dark
approached
Souls
the
2
game in the
encourages
first
you to
place.
use a
Players who
shield
went
more
into
than
the
any other game in the
expecting it to be
series.
Exactly like the previous ones inevitably did badly in these sections and seemingly blamed the game for it. Joseph Anderson, a critic who put out 3 videos about Dark Souls in late 2015 and was much less negative about the game, similarly doesn't use the lock-on feature in many of the fights he shows in his video, and like me, he fought most of them without using a shield either. In the same manner that shields are fine, but not
like
if
Didn't
they
he
engender
just say that-
facility.
he
All
said,
resistance
like-
is a great mechanic that can
He said
accidentally engender
10 minutes ago
reliance
that
upon
the
it.
fucking
Also,
strength of
Monster
this
Hunter,
game
a
is
series
one-on-one
many regards
dudes
very
with
similar
sword
in a lot of ways,
boss
has
fights.
basically
And now he's
the same
saying that
functionality
You're right, you're
as
right.
and the
Yeah.
you shouldn't
subhuman
fucking
criminals who love
that
Monster Hunter seem to
multiple
do just
fucking
Yeah,
about
wait,
enemy
like,
boss
yeah.
fights are
whatever
fine
they
because you just
want.
should
That's
just
not to
not
say
use the
Monster Hunter
lock on.
wouldn't benefit from having one, but
Yeah,
if it
you should
did
use
have
the
one, it
terrible
would probably be
manually
something
He's also
controlled
using
camera
footage
instead.
like in Dark
as
Souls
example
2.
from like
Also,
the
it's worth
easiest
remembering that this type of
multi-enemy
boss
boss
isn't present
fights.
in
The
Souls
fucking
games for
church
long.
congregation,
You
the
might remember,
rats.
I don't know, the
He's
fate
not
of
Yeah,
showing
you're
himself.
right,
first
too.
Yeah, he's not
real
showing
boss
himself
in
fighting
Demon
Dude.
drone
It's
watchers.
a fight about balancing the
The
interplay
ones
between the
where
actual
it's
opponent
two
and the numerous
gigantic
creatures that break
enemies
off
are the
from it and act
absolute
independently,
worst, and the
threatening
game
to
is full of
surround
them
and
too.
overwhelm you. Then, right after, there's the Tower Knight boss fight. Geez, the first 2 bosses in the first game in the series, and both of them use mechanics Matthew Matosis concluded are inherently antithetical to the core of the Souls games. What, did the developers not realize how the game
Well, see, the cool...
Yes.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, it's just...
I can't use
There's
the
also
function
a
designed for
complete
focusing
false
on one
equivalence
person
between
and see
like a
everyone
couple
else.
of bow guys in
What
this
did the
arena
B
compared to
team
2.
design this
Yeah, a couple of
Or
bow guys
three
that
dragon
you
riders.
can run up and attack.
Attacks also
Yeah.
lock on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just run up
Necessary
and
degree.
the
When a
fucking,
boss goes to do an overhead
what's his
attack,
face
it will
knight is
usually
slow
track the
enough
player
that
up
it...
until the very
I
last
mean,
moment before impact.
When Matthew Matosis makes this comment, in order to make an example of a superior fight, he cuts to footage of the Adjudicator, the least memorable fight in the entire Souls series. I forget the adjudicator exists every time I play Demon Souls without fail. And then
I
go,
don't, even though
"Oh, yeah,
I
this
never
guy,"
finished
and
the
I kill him
game
on
and
the
I haven't
first
played
try
it in
and forget
fucking
about him again.
8 years.
His attacks go for where you used to be 10 minutes ago. No aspect of this boss should be the model for how fights
Idiot,
should work
man.
in
Oh
Souls
my
games.
god, he's
The simple
defending
fact is that
tracking.
in previous entries in the series, circle strafing enemies has been an easy way to cheese a lot of the game. Because the enemies focus in on you more, guess what?
Jeez.
You actually have to dodge some of their attacks now using timing and knowledge of the right direction to
Oh
move
my
based on
God.
Yeah,
dodging
just the
how
way he
enemies
talks
move.
is just
Oh
fucking.
my
Fights Mr.
fucking
Makosis,
God.
if that
Every
is his
there's
real name,
that's
uses to
video
make
essayist
examples of this
voice.
apparent
There's
horrific
YouTuber
problem.
voice, which is like,
Actually show him
guys,
mistiming a
today we're
dodge
gonna be
or
unboxing
dodging in the direction
Final
of the swing.
Fantasy
I don't think this
17.
demonstrates what
My
he
fire
thinks
alarm is
it's
going off
demonstrating.
because that's YouTuber
Bosses
voice.
all over the series
And then
lock
this is
right onto
video
you if their
essayist
attack
voice where
goes
you
off.
sound like you're
This
about to
happens
fucking
because on
you're
some
so
level the game is
emotional, you're about to
learning how
cry
and when to
every
dodge instead of
sentence,
just spinning a
talking about
circle around
fucking
someone so
Dark
they can
Souls
never hit
2.
you. The amount of lock-on enemies have in this game is only a problem if you don't know how to dodge attacks. I honestly think this
Don't
is-
know how to do shit
Oh my
correctly.
god.
Here we're getting into the bedrock of some
The
fundamental
fucking
differences in
the
way Dark
hitboxes
Souls
don't
2 is made
work.
and what
How
it
did he not
achieves
mention
versus the
that?
previous game's decisions,
That
both
undermines
in terms of
everything he
gameplay
said.
and
That's
in terms
probably
of
why.
storytelling. Dark Souls is commonly lauded for being one large interconnected world. I criticised this perception a little in the Bloodborne video, and because I'm a hack, I'm going to rehash that here. Dark Souls' interconnectedness is fun and creates an interesting sense of being in a real place, and it's cool you can find ways of getting from one place to another and nice little shortcuts, but it also weakens the game in a lot of ways. Okay, I know that's contentious. I'm not stupid. Hear me out here. It's
Just explain it to me
technically
why.
a good thing that the areas lead across and
It's
into each other so
technically a
much.
good
It's
thing.
technically a
Blighttown, for
good
example,
thing.
is made more interesting by the fact it connects both the depths and the Valley of Drakes and
mean-
the Great Hollow, and it leads to Quelaag's domain, and later is used to access the Demon Ruins. However, let's think for a moment about level design and encounter design. When you're designing a world that can be traversed across to all these
Look how
different
fucking
places,
amazing
or even
that
simply
is.
back and forth, in this case climbing out of Blighttown once you first kill Quelaag, you're designing a level that makes compromises to be usable in all these ways at once. No enemy encounter can be designed to play really well in one
How-
direction, because you aren't, and encounters all have to compensate for the fact you're going to be coming back through it the other way. In fact, at a
That
certain
makes it
point,
good!
the developers realized
Yeah, what?
Also-
Yeah,
And
that's
plus,
also
all the
cool.
areas in Dark Souls 2 are
Blowdart guys
fucking
that inflict toxic
narrow
on you are
corridors.
Basically unavoidable if you're trying to get out because of the inevitable ladder climbing you have to do. So they made them not respawn.
No, not
so you only
ladder
ever have to kill
climbing.
them once, and therefore on your way back out, you probably don't have to deal with them at all because you've killed them all. But this also severely compromises the challenge of going down, because it means each Blowdart guy only
No.
ever has to be dealt with once. You can basically just
What?
run to them, die killing them, and then carry on in a now much easier area. By having to account for the fact you're going to have to come back the other way, the fun and challenge of going through it either way is hamstrung. This is not great design. You can
Oh
even
my
see a more ideal version
What?
of Blighttown in Anne Orlando. You can only ever fight these enemies this one way, and that means this one way is really interesting. You know? This
No.
section's great.
What the
There's
fuck?
no way to come back the way you came. But there's also
Those
no
gargoyles
reason
are
to,
some of the
because
most
once
fucking
Anne Orlando
annoying
is beaten,
enemies
you
in
unlock
Anne
the
Orlando
ability
as
to
well.
warp between
I think he was
bonfires,
talking about the-
seemingly an acknowledgement
the
that
bow
this area
guys.
makes no sense going through it backwards to get out. Plus, at this point in the game, the developers had definitely realized that running back and forth between areas is actually really tedious.
The only
But because
fucking
warping
place you
wasn't
do that
really
is
fully fleshed out in Dark
Blighttown.
Souls 1, there's an awful lot of needless walking. Walking back to bonfires you already lit but can't warp to, walking through long paths, or walking
No,
through still
I
long
have to
but
spend
slightly
the
shorter
game
paths,
playing the
because
game.
this
I can't
one's
just
technically
teleport
a
directly
shortcut,
into the
and then
next
you die
part.
and you have to do it again. It's not good. It's not the best it could be. I just want to fight Artorias again. It's a cool fight, but there's like
Yeah,
5
it should
How
just
is
put me
he-
right in front of the boss
single
door.
time,
How's he
even with
making this
shortcut.
criticism
And
in
guess
Dark
what?
Souls
If you
1
didn't
and
find
not
the bonfire
2?
at the Daughter of
Yeah.
Chaos,
Yeah,
which,
that's a
by
good
the
point.
way,
Especially,
was
yeah,
used
because
because
fucking
The boss
Dark
runs are
Souls 2,
worse.
behind an illusionary
they just
Yeah,
randomly
running back to the-
make a
nearby
fucking
warpable
corridor
bonfire for being
Yeah.
that
in
has
the
no
ruins.
purpose
So,
besides
when
like
it's time
having
to go
fucking
do
The
that,
enemies get
enemies
stuck
in
in
it.
it, yeah, and
It's
you
time
can't
to
get
go all
past
the way
them.
back through Blighttown again. Yeah. Blighttown was so busy leading down into Quelaag's domain and
Again,
the Demon Ruins and the Great Hollow.
He's
leading
also
across
just
into
using
the, Valley of Drakes,
the most
and leading up
annoying
into the depths
area
and
to
its own
traverse as an
arse, that it
example as
forgot
why
to
it's
have
bad, and
particularly
not
good
all of the
gameplay.
other
But
fucking
it's also
really
an
well-designed
incredibly
areas.
memorable
Hey, check it out.
area.
I
Yeah,
didn't
that
even
too,
need
yeah.
And the
to
gutter
explain
fucking
why
sucks
Dark Souls
shit.
explain why Dark
The
Souls
area
fact
that's
that you
supposed
have
to be
to
insanely
learn how to
arduous.
navigate
But
it
I guess I should,
is like what
since I'm
makes the
talking
whole.
about
Like I can
Dark
remember
Souls
everything
2.
in Dark Souls
Dark
1,
Souls
like
2
the
's
layout of
version of
everything,
Blighttown,
just
the
by
gutter,
memory.
is
I can't
way
remember shit
amazing
from
better
Dark
feat of
Souls
Wait,
design.
wait,
3.
wait, 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 wait.
Oh my
Did he
god!
just say,
rip
did
me
he
off
just say the
now.
gutter's
Over
way
H
better?
bomber guy.
Hold on.
Goodness is bad in
The
a lot of
gutter is
places.
way
But
better.
I guess I should,
Wait.
since I'm talking about Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2's version of Blighttown, the gutter, is way better designed because it's built
God.
in
Oh my
in one direction.
God.
Once you're in the gutter, it's literally impossible to climb out. Actually. You would have to
It's
walk.
way
Which
better,
you now
mate.
mercifully do at the beginning
gutter
of the game
sucks.
and between any bonfire. It's almost like this game was designed to be played by people who don't want to fucking run around in circles for hours, which is an improvement.
Yeah.
Dude,
The enemies
Running
can be
around in
designed
circles.
purely for this
this
one
guy
direction and
just
no
needs
other
his dose of
bullshit,
soy to
like the
function.
Beatles.
He can't like
This
take.
direction are better than.
No, I
Enemies
have to
only stop
walk
respawning
around
if you've
for a
killed them
little
so many
while.
times it's clear they're not really a problem for you and you just need to get back to later bits. Instead of immediately never respawning ever again.
You
because
designed the
developers knew they
level
were
This-
good
rubbish.
to go through
Dark
it.
Souls
Of these
2
areas in
is the
particular
type of goy
emblematic,
slop that
I
appeals
love
to
that
this
word,
guy.
of the game's overall approaches to
Yeah,
design, and I'm
yeah.
not going to tell you which one is better, but it's obvious. So far, I've only talked about
But it's
well design in
obvious.
terms of the ensuing
But it's
gameplay,
obvious.
But that's not the only thing impacting.
You
it.
designed the
There's
level
also an
good, so
aesthetic
it's
component.
okay to go
And
through
this,
multiple
I think, is an
times.
aspect that
Dark
most
Souls 2 doesn't
exemplifies
do
the
that.
difference in concerns and goals between the first two Dark Souls games in particular. Dark Souls 1's world has, let's call it, a physical coherency to it. If you're standing in a high place and look in a direction, you will see a place you end up going later in the game.
Is he
The
gonna-
world of Lordran feels like a physically consistent, objective world. Here's a 3D model of the Dark Souls 1 world. Apart from a few very clearly separated sections, it all physically ties together, which is pretty cool. Meanwhile, in Dark Souls 2, this is far from the case. Plenty of places don't make visual
gonna say
sense.
the line?
You can get to the top of a tower you physically
Feels
see in
like
the
a
distance,
dream,
and
brother.
you can see how tall it is, but then at the tippy top, you find an elevator, and it takes you further up into nowhere. And you
Into a new
emerge in
corridor
lava
you
land
have to
that
go
couldn't
forward
possibly
in.
exist. Theoretically, you could dig a deep enough hole in the ground and all the lava would just flow out into the world below and kill everyone. Remember the compiled 3D model of Dark Souls 1? Here's the model for Dark Souls 2.
Show them all together? Or what? Okay.
It's just, they're in the same
Yeah.
place. The universe of Dark Souls 2 is a nonsensical, free associative
This
nightmare
is good.
in which you
This
find
is
yourself in
genius.
impossible places,
And that's
architecture giving
great.
way to other worlds
And
without
that's
warning.
great.
The world
That's
itself
amazing.
falling apart, becoming physically untrustworthy. It's an overlook.
You know
hotel
what does
style
this better?
monster. People
The
have
Ring City
criticised the game
in
for
Dark
being
Souls
like this.
3.
Yeah.
But
Well, that
And also the
was
Bloodborne
ending,
DLC.
yeah.
how is this a bad
Dude, the
thing?
Bloodborne DLC where you're
How
in
is
a
this a
fucking
bad thing?
Yeah,
in a
the-
memory as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, for sure.
So that literally is
I
like a
never knew what I
dream.
was going to see next because I literally couldn't
Well,
see
it's
it coming.
called the
Something I
Hunter's
enjoyed about
Dream,
Dark
or the
Souls
Hunter's
1 was this
Nightmare,
idea that
it's called,
time itself
Is that what it
beginning to
was in
fall
the
apart.
Dark
DLC?
Souls 2 is
You
my
encountered the
nightmare.
spirits of those who came before you and died. Like, you could find
Yes.
their armor and presumably their corpses. And in the DLC, you literally go back in time. The Age of Fire was ending, and
You
reality on
literally
some
go
level was
back in
ending with it.
time,
Dark Souls 2 gets to
literally.
constantly benefit not only from linearity leading to specific visuals along with better planned encounters, but it's pushed up even further by embracing
There is no plan to any of the
inconsistency.
fucking
The result is
encounters.
that you're constantly parading through places that feel like they're out of a fantasy film or an 80s album cover. Take, for example, the Dragon Shrine right here. You get this majestic moment of a secret
This is like one
sky
of the
castle.
two areas
I say
that look
again.
okay.
Yeah,
Secret
yeah.
sky castle.
Most of the
Majula
areas are
in this
really
place.
ugly.
Time, completely
Most of the
hidden
areas
from
look
visibility
hideous.
Until you go up this one
It's like the
elevator.
castle
You get this
here, Majula,
ridiculously epic in the traditional sense.
and then some of the
Grandiose shot
DLC
a majestic,
areas.
Ornate shrine circled by a dozen dragons, revealing itself to you as you go through a passage. You can't see the shrine from the ground, and you can't see any landmarks on the ground below from here. Concrete cohesiveness is thrown out in favor of a puzzling, surprising, and beautiful incohesiveness.
Puzzling.
We're dealing with two contrasting methods of showing a fantasy world. I say contrasting because, in my opinion, neither is inherently superior. The trouble, I think, is that some either assumed this because the first did, or simply wanted what the first had. And that's not quite the same as judging something on its own merits, but I can still see the point.
I like eating shite.
I've
And
heard
you're
the
not going
complaint
to
that Dark
say
Souls 2 is
anything
linear.
that will
This is
literally
true.
convince
Many
literally
critics
me
then go on to
otherwise
say that this
literally.
makes it worse than Dark Souls, which was non-linear. This is treason, and I'll see you in hell. As we just established, Dark Souls is interconnected. It is not non-linear. This is
Well,
not
it is,
semantics,
'cause you
this is a
can
big deal.
Well,
I
yeah,
swear to
it
God,
is,
you
yeah.
have clear-cut objectives that you
We
have
could
to
literally
do whatever
ring
order
this
you
bell
want.
first.
You can, technically,
Yeah.
kill Quelaag first before
Didn't
the
you
bell
do that,
gargoyles. You can also
Dude,
ignore
I
the
went
depths
to
if you want
fucking... I went to the
But
Tomb of the
you have
Giants
to kill
before I
these two
rung any
bosses.
bells.
You have to ring 2
That's
bells.
how lost I
You
was
have
on
to
my
do
first
Sen's
playthrough.
Fortress, and
But
then
you
do
have to play
Anor
the
Londo,
game,
and
you
then
have to
collect
beat
4
the
Lord
game
Souls
to
progress,
win the
which you
game,
can do in
so
any
it's
order if you want,
non-linear.
but you have to do all of them. This isn't non-linear. This is a choice
Witcher
of
3
which
is
linear path
linear
you take
because
first.
you have
This
to do
sense
the
of
main
linearity is
quest to
disguised
win the
by
game.
the interconnectedness and the sense of having to run back and forth through a world because
I
the
would throw
warps
this
weren't
bottle
fully
of
fleshed
Ruski
out,
Standard
but that's
at
not
this fucking
non-linearity.
dickhead's
That's
forehead.
actually
if
kind
he
of
was in front
bad
of me.
design.
Bad
This guy in
design.
Flimsy, if I ever
Linearity.
see these
At least in
fucking
Dark Souls 2, you don't technically need to beat
wig-boned
all 4 main bosses to
cocksuckers.
unlock the entrance to Dragon
It's
Lake.
on
You
site.
can just get a lot of souls. That's actually way more of an alternative than any part of Dark
Just
Souls
grind
1.
a lot of
For a hugely
souls.
entertaining comparison, check out the 2 AGDQ speedruns of the 2 games. Oh, I started with a master key so I can kill the 2 bosses I have no choice but to kill in a slightly different order if I want to. But
What?
I'm not going to because it turns out the intended way was faster anyway. Fuck you! I used bonfire aesthetics to kill the Rotten 4 times and skip 3/4 of the main fucking game! See you in shit, Dark Souls! Also, not only could Dark Souls have easily been less
not
linear if
good.
it wanted to, the game fucking
Stop doing the
contrives
voice.
itself to ensure that it isn't with needless
Fighting the
bullshit.
Rotten 4
Do you want to beat
times
Seek
is
the
not-
Scaleless before putting the Lord
Yeah,
Vessel on the
I-
line?
good.
Nice try,
It sounds
idiot.
unbearable.
Impassable magic fog. Oh, you just beat Quelaag? I want to see what's going on and the obvious path past it that it makes sense to go down instead of climbing all the way back out immediately? Well, fuck you! We put some fucking
I
mist
want
here
to
because we
glass
arbitrarily
this cunt.
decided.
All right,
you
what about the rubble that's on the... Oh, I lost connection.
now as you
Oh,
worthless
there we go.
piss hound. Do you want to see what Nito's up to? Tune in next time when go fuck yourself, idiot! Do
I
you wanna
want
kill the
to
4 kings
glass
before doing anything
this
else?
cunt.
Well, guess what?
Did he turn
You
into
can.
John
You
Oliver?
can get their Lord
What is
Soul
happening?
first thing if you want to. You just need Artorias' ring from Sif. Oh my goodness, there's so much freedom in these games. A similar mechanic is used in Dark Souls 2, but it's with doors that are off the beaten path, do not block the most obvious form of progress, and you might even forget about them until you get the King's Ring and realize that's the symbol of
King's
the king
Ring,
they
the
were talking
sing-song
about.
ring.
And it's like you figured out a mystery, and you get to watch an ancient
Figured out a
fantasy door
mystery?
slowly unlock when you put it on. I like
I
ancient
get to watch a
fantasy
door
doors.
slowly
I get-
unlock.
I'm into it.
No,
That sounds
wait, is he
weird,
talking
but I
about
mean
the
that,
giant's
that's like
memories?
cool
He's
doors.
talking about the
Shut
king's
up, they're nice.
doors
It's a
that
nice
you unlock
door.
with the rings.
Oh. Isn't that what gets you into the giant
On top
memories
of
as
all
well?
that,
Yeah, yeah,
Dark
there's
Souls
one
2 has a
yeah,
very
you need.
different kind of design overall, with an enhanced focus on player
Oh, look, this is
freedom
just where
in the
you were.
actual fights,
Oh my
which
God.
are things
I was
that
gonna
you
say.
spend most of the time doing in these
What
games.
is he-
Demon's
what is
Souls
he
and Dark Souls
talking
1's encounters are, in a sense, kind of restrictive. Each area and encounter, by which I mean distinguishable fight between a group in the game, exists to test the player in some specific way. The Tower Knight exists to test how you deal with an encounter with one big slow enemy supplemented by a multitude of ranged attackers. The player can use any items they have at their disposal to deal with this, magic, swords, shields, items or what have you, but crucially the same skill is being tested no matter what, namely how you deal with this one situation. So no matter what your loadout was, axe, big sword, daggers, magic,
I mean, yeah, it's a gimmick,
arrows.
boss.
You're either dodging a ridiculous amount of arrows to fight this guy, or more likely, taking out all the archers one by one with whatever you happen to have on you, and then engaging the knight on his own. The archers on the walls of Anor Londo exist to test how you deal with walking down a straight path with attacks that can easily knock you off. No matter what sort of character you are, the same thing is being
It's
tested.
actually
no
it's there
matter
to
what,
test
and you
how
have to
good you
employ
can
the same
run
skills to
forward.
get past it no matter what. You're literally walking a straight, linear path. A lot of the first 2 Souls games are based on putting you in a specific place, then throwing a specific thing at you and making you deal with it the way they want you to do
Dude, this
it.
guy
In
sucks.
Sen's
He can't
Fortress,
deal
you're
with
walking
the
between same
two
sets of
archers
traps
in
and
Anor
negotiating
Londo.
the same
Bless
fortress in
him.
the same way, no
Bless.
matter what character you build.
Fucking-
In all of these examples, the focus is on an enclosed
Wait, but the
space,
fun
so
part
you
of the
can be
game is that it
forced into
tests you on
dealing
so
with the
many different
scenario
things
the
over the
developers
course of the
want
whole
you
game.
to engage with. Ironically, despite being supposedly way more linear, Dark Souls 2 is generally designed in a much more free, open way in regards to its encounters. Encounters take place in a much wider open area with a focus on having more space to navigate.
He says in a small room.
Yeah, in a small.
Exemple, in this room there are several knights. The knights are very difficult to face as a bunched up group, but if you want, you can lead them out onto the battlements where they're unable to attack all at once.
If you want, you can exploit.
If you want to eat shite, you can.
I mean, look, he's literally saying that the way to fight these guys is to, like, draw them in one at a time, go back and exploit their mechanics to fucking...
This approach
Unbelievable,
generally
man.
extends throughout the rest of the game. This increases player freedom by letting them decide precisely how and where to pitch their battles, and mobility and positioning become much more important aspects of the game.
Wow, there's so much
Choosing
freedom.
your
That-
battles
just-
in his mind is trying to
Be
draw
clear,
out
in the previous
one
games
mob
let's
from
call
a
it
group of mobs
forceful.
at a time.
Yeah,
Put there and you
to be
have
clear,
no
he
choice
said that the
but to
game
deal
has
with them.
freedom
They're
because
usually
you can
supplementing a
choose to
different
either
enemy, so
fight
you either have to
5
deal with
guys in
them
one
while
room
the
or
archers are
lead
shooting
them
at you,
out and
or
abuse
you have to take
their
time
mechanics
out
where they
before that
walk
fight
back
just to deal
after a
with the
while
archers before resuming it
and fight them
unhindered.
one at a
And if you
time.
die, you have to take the time out to deal
Brilliant.
with the archers yet
Just
again,
brilliant.
along with
Especially
walking
'cause you
all
can
the way
do that
back
in
through a
Dark
gauntlet
Souls
of
1
enemies,
more
which
so.
in these games always respawn. God, that sounds like fun, doesn't it? I wonder why statistically so many people stop playing here. I wonder. Maybe it's the player's fault. Ranged attackers in Dark Souls 2 are tremendously less annoying. Take, for example, the ones in the encounter I already described. The player has the option
What
of
do you mean
exposing
they're
the enemy in places the archer can't attack you at all. But fighting in that area has its own particular trade-offs.
What?
The player gets to decide how to deal with the archers, instead of basically having no choice but to continuously dodge them because this is the place this fight is supposed to happen, or painstakingly take them out every time you want to do the fight.
Wait, what are the
There's
other
archers and
creative
other
ways
kinds
of
ranged
taking them
attackers
out,
in the Forest
other
of
than
Fallen
shooting them
Giants,
from
But
afar?
there's now room to maneuver and move your enemies away from their range into different areas with different characteristics. Like I said, you get to choose how and where to have these fights. The open space is better for the clump of enemies, but you have to worry about the archer. Or you can go for the ranged attackers first and take the risk of being overwhelmed or caught out, but then fight them free from that problem. You can chase after the archers here, but they'll follow you up the ladder, and that'll create a gauntlet, which you then have to avoid by jumping down or cutting through them. This fight can play out a lot of different ways based on how you choose to move within it. Whereas in the previous games, it's mostly just you have to do this thing first or you'll die, and then you dodge the attacks and attack them to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna piss.
Honestly, Dark Souls 2 is better. Often people...
I'm gonna pause it until Kai comes back. He can't miss a single second of this. I will not.
Ugh. This is so much worse than watching you play Dark Souls 2.
Oh boy.
Dude, you have an actual viewer here.
Oh,
says-
konnichiwa.
Can't you just fight the stream sniper once and then just move on?
I will not let them
He said
win.
that. He stood
can't
up, like,
let him- dude,
almost at
listen.
the start of the video. I don't think he's here anymore.
Listen, Supaizo. You can't let them win.
You can't let them win.
And for suggesting that, you're banned.
Fair enough.
No
Do they not have
negotiating with
bans?
stream
in-
snipers or terrorists.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could. Are you a mod? You could ban people. You're a mod, right?
Oh, my stomach.
I sat
hurts again.
behind I sat in front of a bitch with a cold
I'm
or a
back.
flu or something.
All right, we paused it for you,
Well, I
Kai,
was
so
doing
you
my
didn't miss
best.
any of it.
No, why would you do that? No.
Here we go.
Listen,
We're
it's
only
your
halfway
fucking.
through.
You made the bed. Now you have to sit
No,
in it.
I take it back.
You brew the
Criticise
pot.
this game for having multitudes
Now
more
you have
enemies
to
fight
drink
at
the
once,
stew.
and this is an artificial inflation of difficulty. But the thing is, because of Dark Souls 2's vastly different kind of level design, this is simply a different kind of challenge provided to the player. than
God,
previous
you're a
games.
retard.
It is technically.
He's a fucking
You're just
retard.
dumb if you
The
don't
key
understand
is in how
it.
you deal
It
with
is
tons of
technically a
dudes at
different
once.
kind of
If you're
challenge,
out
he
of
is right.
position, you'll get displaced and destroyed by the
Whoa!
annoying
I had
and
to dodge from the
frustrating one
chest.
instead of a
in Dark
fun
Souls
and
2 will
cool.
often show you contextless footage of their characters surrounded and being
Man, look at all
to
the
death.
look at all the
Well, it's-
strategy.
he's literally
This is-
pulling the
but what they're
fucking
showing takes
out of
place after the
context
point
line.
where they already messed up by letting themselves get utterly surrounded like this in the first place. The previous games rarely make your strategy when it comes to relative positioning as crucial as Dark Souls 2, but there are a couple. My fave is this
What?
bridge in Demon's Souls. Once you stand here, see the guys blocking the end, and turn around and realize every enemy you failed to kill on the way here is now funneling down the other end, you're struck with the beautifully tense realization that if you don't do something now, you're already dead. But many of the main areas
Yeah,
and
so
bosses
beautiful.
Isn't that-
to draw
That's
the
Isn't
so
that the
beautiful.
game making you beat it in only one way, which he
where
said is
instead of simply
bad?
being trapped in a small area, you're in
Hi,
a
it's
large area
beautiful.
and have to deal with a group that's actively threatening to surround you. Instead of the passive
Context.
challenge of a physical choke point, the fight is a reactive challenge in the form
I
of a
mean,
moving
he's
set of
praising the
enemies that can
skeleton
easily
lords.
form a choke point with their own movements, which you can then deal with.
Which
however
is
you
just
like.
a fight with
Fights
a bunch
against
of
groups can play out
skeletons.
totally differently based on how you fight in them, and that's just really
Oh,
cool.
but how
When a
you
friend
fight
was
the
playing Dark
skeletons,
Souls 1
Hunter.
asking for help,
That's what
I would
makes
just
it
tell
so
them literally
different.
the thing they were meant to do to get past that area, because usually there was one main way, and if you didn't know what it was, it would kill you. In Dark Souls 2, the same friend never had to ask for advice because they were free to figure it out. There were other ways through.
Because they already played Dark Souls 1 and they understood the
played
fundamental.
Dark-
Yeah,
they
they
already
understood the
played Dark
fundamental.
Souls 1.
Yeah.
Players who aren't
And also, there's
already
nothing to
mega fans
figure
of
out.
the
You
first
just
Dark
go to
Souls
the
game
next
and what it
corridor and you go
specifically did with
forward until you get to the
fights. I think
fucking
people
boss.
The
who
next
play people
corridor
of
into the
Dark
next
Souls 2
box
and look at
room,
the
into the
map
next
games,
corridor,
wow,
into
they
the
just
next
threw more
box
in.
room.
But the entire
And just
design
try and
of the
avoid
game is
the-
almost fundamentally different in
every
so
gang
many
squad
ways that
in every
I really
room.
don't feel like that's an accurate comparison. The Shrine of Amana has a ton of magic users. but
No,
they're in
not the
areas
Shrine
where
of Amana,
magic
Is he
dude.
gonna praise the
doable.
Shrine of
Like
Amana?
users in
No.
the Tower Knight fight or the Demon fight, and you can use magic or arrows based on
You
what
can
you
use
have
the
with
poles
you.
to
Dodging them is
block the
trivial because you
magic.
can see the attacks coming far more than
amazing.
a bunch of tiny arrows, and there's plenty of cover you can utilize in various different ways, so you can fight enemies while not in the way of magic if you want to. The final run to the boss is
do you
famously very
mean?
tough, but this is a fairly late game area.
Look,
in
he
a
he
Dark
summoned to
Souls
get
game.
through it.
It being hard is kind of the
Oh,
thing that
bless.
you
He
pay
summoned.
to do.
What a faggot.
Also, I just summoned for it.
I'm keeping
so
that
I
one
don't have a
in.
problem with it. You can die during the fight, and it makes it interesting because it's like you take casualties and then you carry on. I like it. I like summoning in these games. There's a bunch of purists out there who are like, I never summon for any fights because I want to be.
What? You
the-
just
the
like
best.
said
I
he was
wanna
bad for
handle
using a
them all.
shield.
Oh my god.
Sure. Yeah, good for you. I'm sure it's.
Oh,
feels
he's
tremendously
still
good, and it
using
must
a
be really annoying that there are
shield.
fights that you really, really should. summon for, but I
I'm
like
letting the game-
Having friends.
I'm letting
who
friends
join
beat the
me
game
and
for
do
me.
Stuff. I like that. Speaking of having friends,
The reason
Dark
that
Souls 2
this
lets
game
you
has
have
shields in it
friends.
is because
There
you're
are
not
even
supposed to
rings your
use them. I
character
think
can
is
wear
the
that
point.
mean it's really easy to single out exactly.
The reason the
who you
lock-on
want to
exists is because you're
summon.
not supposed to
You
use
can
it.
have friends in Dark Souls now. The network isn't going to melt down. You're not going to have to install a bunch of third-party mods and
Wow,
hope
a
that
bunch of
makes it
third-party
work.
mods. One folder, you have to drag
The
it to
game
another.
works now, guys.
You
I don't want to be seen to
fucking-
be dismissive and just say people who die a lot in group encounters are just bad at it and their criticism
He's literally
is false.
summoning, and he's
That would be
criticizing
really
people for
stupid to
being
just
bad
say
at the
out loud
game
like
for
that.
dying to
So
fucking
instead,
ganks of
I
fucking
said it
10 enemies.
for
Yeah.
10 minutes.
I don't understand the. What is it? Is this maximum cope? Is this what's happening here? Is this just
Some of you might be
mental
familiar with my video about
gymnastics
Bloodborne.
to the
It
point where
kinda
he's
revolutionized the
given
face
himself
of game
brain
design
damage?
for all time. Just kidding. But it did kind of invent a newish concept. At least I think it does. I haven't heard anyone else using it before. Called
Probably,
play
yes.
conditioning, which refers to the
Play
way a game teaches you to
conditioning.
play it with the
Play
execution of its
conditioning.
mechanics. When a game kills you very easily, tells you to
Play
prepare to die and
conditioning.
hands you a shield and teaches you how to use it, you're taught specific rules about that game's world and it sticks with you. The rest of the game experience.
Right,
could have
so
been
he's
better
explaining
served
how
by a
video
different
games
early
work, just so we're
approach, but you've
understanding
been quite
what's happening here.
definitively taught
Play
a specific
conditioning.
one, and it'll probably
That's what play
struggle to
It's when you
unlearn it.
press
I
A in
brought this up
Mario
the
and
video
then
to
he
make the point
jumps.
that Bloodborne quite
That would be
definitely
play
learn
conditioning.
to a more
And then you
frenetic
learn
direction
that
with a
he
few
jumps when you
subtle
press
changes
A
to
from
its
then
base
on.
mechanics and much
Play-
wider
no, you
This
don't
guy
learn,
didn't beat the
alright?
Dark Lurker, by the way.
There is still one or maybe
Your play
two shields in
conditioning.
the game.
Your
Why didn't he just
conditioned
Why didn't he
flag.
just summon
So
to
long
beat the
that you
Dark
learned
Lurker?
not to use them. They exist almost to show
Don't you have friends,
that
Ancient
you
Farmer
That, that would be
really needed
fine,
them.
but as
Play
long as he doesn't use a
conditioning.
shield.
Gendered passivity. That word is
shouldn't.
actually kind of genius.
Everyone
The
should
game's
abandon
own
this
item
guy.
description directly
This guy should
blames
be
shields
fucking homeless.
themselves, not players for not
The
realizing how they're
NHS should
supposed to
refuse
use them.
him
I
fucking
think
service.
That's really clever and also an honest admission that they kind of messed up in Dark Souls 1. Some folks disagreed with my comments that playing with a shield was an inherently wrong, slow, overly defensive or boring way to play, and I do have to stress that's just my opinion. You can play the games however you
All
want.
of these
I'm just
fucking-
describing how the game is
all of
most
this is
fun in
just
my
your opinion,
and the
dickhead.
ways I think the game
I
leads
would
people
love to kill
play
this
it
guy.
in those more fun ways than the previous ones.
I would never commit
Is
it.
undisputed
I would
in
never
most
commit
ways.
any crime
Dark Souls 2 does a
ever
lot of
because
really
I'm a
great things with PlayStation
God-fearing
also.
citizen.
Things that other critics dismiss as
But I
minor
would really
tweaks,
love
or
to
just don't
kill
talk
this
about
guy.
At all. In the Bloodborne video, my central example was the shield, and we might as well.
Why
start
can't there ever
too,
be a
because
war where people
don't
like this
fucking
get
mention
killed, you know?
Dark Souls 2
Why does it always
shields.
have to be
They
some
give them,
fucking
and they're fine.
stew
They
makers
work
in
well, and you
Vietnam
can
or
get some
something?
very defendy ones that do all the stuff you need, and you can buff them lots of different ways too. But here's the thing: only one class starts with a shield at all in Dark Souls 2.
So what? The
fact,
fucking
that
starting
class, the warrior,
classes in Dark
begins
Souls
life
are
with
like
a
the least
broken
important thing
sword.
ever.
Every other character
They're
starts with some
almost as
semblance of a fighting
unimportant
setup.
as
The knight
fucking
has a
the starting
broadsword. The
paths
swordsman
in
has two
Cyberpunk.
The
broad
mechanic,
swords.
like when I
Axe
first
and
played it,
bow,
I
and so
went
on.
all into
Starting
having
with
a
shield
huge shield because
handicaps you in many ways
the
at start of
fucking
this game.
rolling is so
Forces
bad,
you to use
and it doesn't
ingenuity
explain to
to
you
get
how
access to a
agility
weapon
works.
that's more viable. It's not even that great a shield.
Does he even
Other
want to mention
classes having no
adaptability?
shield are forced to use
No,
dodging or
I don't think he
parrying
knows
or
what that
make good
is.
use of what they're given. This is a tiny, simple change to just starting loadouts, but it's fantastic design. It alters the shape of the entire game experience. You're expected, told even, to make use of the engine in a vastly different way from how you're led to think you're supposed to play the first game. Shields you acquire early on don't even block 100% of
You
damage,
thought you were
and you don't
supposed
have
to
much
play
life,
this in a
so
fun way,
blocking is
but you
treated
have
as
to
a
play
last
it in a
resort
bad
for if you
way.
really don't know
It's-
what else to do about an
it's
attack
shite.
or haven't learned its timing yet. Dark
You
Souls
haven't
2 is
learned
the
the
first game in the series
timing.
where you started getting players who were more casually walking around without a shield at all, preferring two-handing or the new power stance added for dual-wielding characters. By the time you reach shields
look
that
how
actually
cheese
block
that
lots of
enemy.
damage the way early shields did in the first game, you've employed a level of skill getting to them that means using them would be a waste of a good hand you could be keeping another weapon in, or some magic. Dodging like this would have seemed like a needless, risky waste of time to the old me if I had a shield and could block the damage perfectly well. But it would have been so slow. You don't need Dark Souls 2 to teach you to play this way, obviously. You can figure it out if you do a lot of practicing or look up a lot of YouTube videos or do PvP or whatever, but being forced to play that way by the game makes you learn it so much faster. Other touches can be seen here too, like parrying. In Dark Souls 1, parrying offered a brief, clumsy moment to get in a riposte. Oh, and you can't even do a riposte if you're two-handing in Dark Souls 1. Thanks.
Yes, you. First of all, you can.
The sound effect was satisfying, but hard
Second
to
of all,
make
just
out
don't
anything
do it.
else was happening.
Like
the window to
Yeah.
respond was short, and the animations that played where enemies
Or you can
were
just use a
parried
parrying
were often
dagger and
really
then
short
just
and vague.
dual wield
He's saying
onto it.
parrying in
in
Dark Souls 1 was
because
short and
frankly, I didn't
vague and
trust the game enough to let
dude.
me capitalize on it.
What?
In Dark Souls 2, parrying triggers a loud, ultra cool sound.
It does in Dark
Ow,
Souls 1.
so cool. It does in Dark Souls 1.
It sounds way better in
Sounding
Dark Souls 1.
animation and stay there for ages while they wait for you to capitalize. This is, in a word, encouraging. You feel like you've made a decisive move. And
What? No, it's better balanced than the first game. It's not like an automatic win.
It's
I don't
obvious you've
understand
pulled
what
it
the
off,
fucking.
and you have plenty
Yeah,
of
what
time
is
to
the
relax
argument
to know
here?
when you've done it. I
Yeah,
felt
I'm
I've
struggling too.
encouraged to keep parrying.
It's
Instead of
ironic that
abandoning
this
it
guy
after the early levels
says
and only
that
really using it on
everyone that
heavily
plays this
choreographed
game
enemies like
and
they
doesn't
really
like it
want.
is bad at it
Parrying
because he
really
seems
only
to be
came into its own
fucking
in Bloodborne,
horrible
which handed
at
you a
all of
weapon
these games.
specifically
Yeah.
for doing it, and made even monstrous enemies parryable. But this represents a step in the right direction.
I can't believe this guy
realised
loves
playing Dark Souls
infinite
2,
life
the
gems
reason
so
it
much.
seemed
That's really
too
weird.
hard to get to the level of
summoning.
skill other people were displaying
Yeah.
was because getting there required
Oh,
lots of
I
time
have
and
friends,
practice to get around the fact the game itself.
Yeah, your friend was
did
using a
pretty
big
bad job
shield.
of getting you there
Bless.
itself. The phrase "get good" has been around for ages, but was massively popularized in the Souls community, and this is because the gulf of skill is so wide between new and experienced players that it's almost impossible to help someone get on their level, the only advice being, basically, to keep playing until they become good at
Wow.
the game.
Yeah,
I
what's
can't
wrong with
believe it.
that?
The fact the community has trouble introducing
It's like every
the
game
it's
that's ever
built
been
around to
invented,
new
except for
players constitutes
the
something
Elder
of a problem.
Scrolls, because you
And
can
this
just
is a
tell
problem I
people,
feel Dark Souls
yeah,
2
go here
solves
and you
in
can
some
get
very
a
careful
1,000
changes.
potions
These
this
are
way.
these are
It's
like the
pretty cool. I
same
thought
people who
Dark
say
Souls
that
was
having
better.
any sort
But
of
I owe that
standards
to
is
DS2
gatekeeping.
showing me the way to appreciate it properly and the way to approach it in a way that was actually really fun. The blueprint for Bloodborne, the bloodprint,
I do not
if you
give a
will,
shit
of a
if
lot of
brainlets
creative
don't like
decisions
Dark
lies in
Souls.
Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
I'm
I
unsure
do not
if
give a
it's
shit.
directly
I'm glad
responsible
they
to
don't.
Yes.
and healing and level design and so
Less
on in
people to
Bloodborne,
ruin it.
But even if it didn't, the way Bloodborne seemingly builds on these ideas for me shows that 2 was a step in the right direction, even if it didn't get everything
was-
right.
Developed fucking completely independently.
They didn't even use their shitty engine that they made for the game.
Dark Souls 1 is, on a technical level, interesting and complex. The opening cinematic explains the setup of the world
technically better
Gwyn
in
and
every
Co mess up the
way,
ancient dragons,
but
build
in
a
my
society using
opinion,
the power of the soul, and people
I'm
start becoming
gay.
undead and going mad.
Is he gonna
The Empire eventually
praise the
collapses when
Dark
flames
Souls 2
start to go out and
intro
Gwyn fucks up
cinematic
trying to
where the
fix it.
witches
But what
laugh
the player
at you?
actually does is run around a mostly empty
That was
world.
great.
That would really-
killing
that would be
people
the
who
cherry
remain
on
so they
top.
can open a big door. There isn't much actual interaction.
Well, all you
with
do is
the
run
rest
around
of
and
the story.
open a big
The stuff
door.
about everlasting dragons and a war to kill them all doesn't really have much of an impact on the story of the player killing the people who killed
What
them
I
in the
need to
previous
care
game.
about the story is to
The
have a
game
wife and
itself acts as
child.
lore, in the sense that through item descriptions and chance encounters with the people who remain in the world and are safe to talk to, you can learn little tidbits about them as people. You can run into a character, have a brief conversation, and be sure that if you pay attention to the world and objects related to them or their people, you'll learn something about them and their culture. The closest you get to a story is a guy saying "ring some bells."
A guy saying "ring some bells."
This is the reason for the whole mission. Like, you meet this guy who's like, you know,
The
my
whole
family
mission.
have this fucked up, stupid
What's-
belief. Or another guy saying "ring some bells," or a serpent saying, "Hey, Gwyn was cool, kill his friends," or a different serpent saying, "Gwyn wasn't cool at all, he was really rude, kill his friends." The fun of the game comes from figuring out a complete picture of what you can find, but there isn't really a narrative happening for most of it. The player
God.
isn't really given a chance to interact with the important events. in the story, picking up the pieces of stuff.
Where
that
are the
already happened.
cutscenes?
In comparison, to me,
Where's the
Dark
bloody
Souls
screen
does
effect?
something really interesting. You get a cool little
Really
flashback sequence
interesting.
in the opening where a dark sign branded character's family melts away under the weight of the curse, making you live so long you forget everything. Already we're given our first proper theme, and it works on both the personal and world level, in that the world is making less and less sense because things are falling away, which, by the way, coincides really well with the fact the world design is like that. The story itself, to start with, is self-consciously a rehash of the previous game.
Chilly
The
genius.
Emerald Herald tells you need to face the king, and to do that you need some
This is like
souls.
Giga Cope.
Cool, thanks, nice one. So you do that.
I don't even understand
Along
what
the
level
way
of
through
cope
areas
we're on
and bosses
anymore.
Strangely evocative of the previous ones. Najka.
Strangely
is, shall we say,
evocative of the
Quelaag
previous
adjacent.
ones.
The gutter is very Blight Town.
Not very
and so on.
strangely,
There's a
if
lot
you
of
ask me.
parallels, but it's never quite made clear that you're explicitly
quite
in the same world
strange
as
to me,
Lordran,
pal.
or at least not the same places. There's just a subtle thing in the back of your head about how this all seems oddly familiar. So you kill all the enemies, and on
Yeah,
the way
this
there are
all
these
seems
occasional
oddly
locked
familiar.
doors. There's no explicit sense that you're missing any large areas, or the paths terminate in dens or weird shrines with the primal bonfires in them. The game is pretty long just accounting for these 4 paths, so when you go to Castle Drangleic, you get the sense this really is the end game. You progress all the way through the castle to the shrine beneath, and then through the Grave of Saints. There's a real sense of build.
That's
Then
the
you find
undead crypt. The
Velstadt,
Grave of
who's
Saints is
guarding
in
the door to
the
Menric.
hole in
After
Majula.
beating him, you finally go to meet your presumably final opponent, the same final opponents you fought in Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1, the corrupted king of the world you've been walking through. But instead, this happens.
Prepare for sadness, everybody.
I'm gonna go eat. I'll be back later, and hopefully this is done by then.
Don't worry,
I
I'll
think
pause it
I
until you're
need to go
done.
to bed.
No,
yeah,
come
you'll
on.
pause it while I watch a fucking 50-minute long episode of Mad Men.
There's only 10, 20 minutes left.
There's
Come on.
25 minutes left.
Come on.
Vendrick is a
Can we play it off like
Mad
1.5
Vendrick,
times
and by the
speed?
characters
No.
remember him. He, like
Dude,
the
you know
fate of
what?
The rest of the undead, like the player's character will eventually become.
I
has lost
fucking,
his
I was
mind.
coming back
You don't
home.
have
I
to
did a
fight
fucking
Vendrick at all.
exam.
He's not your
I was
enemy.
coming back home,
He's just a man
and I
who
was
lost
seeing
his
so
way
many,
and everything else with it. It's
so many
hard to
You can
relate
pause
how
it
touching
real
this
quick for
is.
what I'm about
The
to say.
game
Okay.
And I saw a lot of. I feel like the percentage of hot women outside that I see has gone up over the years, and I think it's
okay.
because of advances in medicine and all that. And I'm seeing all these hot women, and I'm thinking, wow, there's so many of them out there, and I have exactly 0 of them, and I'm going back home to watch the boys play Dark Souls 2. And you know what?
Hell yes,
You know the
dude.
saying, to find love, you have to stop looking for it? I found out that that's true because as soon as I got the intel that the boys were playing Dark Souls 2, it's like every hot woman within a 5-mile radius zoned in on me and started rushing me saying, please have sex with me, please. Michael, please.
That's the power of this game.
I need to be bred and fucking penetrated. And I was like, listen, I can't. The boys are playing Dark Souls 2.
I can't impregnate you.
I have
sprinted
something more
home.
important to do.
I sprinted home, and I come and I see that the boys aren't even playing Dark Souls 2.
Okay, that's
Isn't
fair. I
threatening
think
to kill
Hunter,
this
maybe you should put
this
it
guy
back
also
on.
fun?
Threatening to kill this guy is good. But we've been doing that for fucking 50. All right, I'm gonna go get some food. You can keep playing.
To go to bed. No, Kai, come on.
Dude, you
Finish
have
it.
to
Finish it.
fucking finish watching.
You
this
have to
shit.
finish
I'm
this.
gonna go
You
out.
have to finish
4
this.
hours.
You have to finish this video.
I'll come back and finish.
No,
finish it.
no, right now,
I'll come
Kai.
back.
Kai.
Okay, put it on.
Kai.
Play.
Kai.
Play.
Shadow of the man talked about in the lore and by the characters that remember him. He, like the fate of the rest of the undead,
All
like
right,
the
boys.
player's character
See
will
you in a
eventually
bit.
become,
See
has
ya.
lost his mind. You don't have to fight Vendrick
Isn't
at all.
this sad?
He's not your enemy. He's just a man who
Kai?
lost his way and everything else with it.
He's
It's
just a
hard
man
to relate
who's
how touching
paid.
this is. The game genuinely feels like it was building to the very final confrontation. The room is built to have a dramatic passage down steps similar to the lead up to Gwyn, and it's built so that
A dramatic
naturally
passage,
passes
just like
through it to
the
reveal
many passages in this game.
I feel bad for spoiling it for people who haven't experienced the game yet, but this moment is pivotal to what makes the story interesting. You're built up for the traditional Souls game encounter with a fallen king, and instead you're faced with a thing to whom it doesn't even occur to fight you anymore, shambling around almost naked. You just have to pick up the King's Ring, which unlocks a final area
King's
that
Ring.
allows you
The
to have
Sing
the
Sing
Aldous
Ring.
Keep.
That's
and
why they
eventually
give you an
meet the
achievement
ancient
when you
dragon,
kill
who's
him.
also not interested in fighting you. He gives you the
Yeah.
action mist heart, which lets you journey into the memories of giants from the old War Vendrick.
Oh,
You get to
yeah,
see a
these
lot
were
of
really
the
good.
damage that you encounter in the main path happening. It's really neat. Killing the giant
It's
lord
really
lets you face
neat.
Chandra,
It's really
Vendrick's
neat, the
queen
Call
on
of
the throne
Duty,
one. Killing her nets you precisely one
grey
ending.
fucking
Your character sits on
flashback
the throne,
levels.
presumably having become the new king, and then the credits play. But instead of resetting the game, it just carries on. You're put back in the world. The game deliberately undercuts its story. You win, but what do you win?
No, it's
Kingship
just
over
giving
a
you the
dying
option if you want a
world,
New Game
chance to
Plus or
sit
not.
in a chair? Only one character in the game even recognizes you as the new king, Shalquar, the seemingly immortal cat who also knows most of the rest
Yeah,
of
that's
the
because
lore
they
about
didn't
the
bother
old bosses.
updating the
If you
NPCs
want to,
afterwards.
you can use bonfire ascetics to refight old bosses or refresh enemies if you exhaust them, or you can completely kill all the NPCs, even the Emerald Herald. You can make the world of Dark Souls 2 completely empty of people and monsters. The only way to access New Game Plus is to sit at a bonfire and deliberately choose to start it all over again. I like these choices because they hammer home the hopelessness of the Dark Souls story that was there in 1, but undercut by the fact no matter
Being
what
able to-
ending you got,
Oh, look,
you
he's
just
summoning
start at the
again.
beginning again. Dark Souls 2 forces you to contemplate how little you've really achieved with all these deaths, and then forces you to decide when it's time to do it all again. Ultimately, Dark Souls 2 is
Look at
about
that, look at that.
cycles. The
He's just
story
letting
is
us-
deliberately evocative of the previous game, exploring the empire of a king who fell, but with an explicit
Insane.
focus on how this has all happened
Did he mimic
before,
through all the way
not
of
just
Elden Ring?
coincidentally. Perhaps it's something we're doomed to keep doing. Humanity, perhaps unable to ever fully escape its own nature, is repeating its mistakes
Shut
over
up.
and over. For a game with so much architecture and character in so many of its designs, the best piece of imagery is the simplest one, the symbol of the dark sign. It's a loop, a circle.
He's just
reflecting
waiting
way
for the
undead
NPC
return
to-
the
Ouroboros
boss.
philosophy!
continuing even after they lose their
This is
life.
Ouroboros
The world
philosophy.
itself
Time is a
trapped
flat
in this
circle.
loop. The story is much more for the player than in the previous game. It's a story in which the player is expected to contemplate their own actions instead of those of others, and recognize that the problem here isn't the mistakes of the king or his people, but that people as a whole were unable to escape the mistakes that happened in Dark Souls 1. But what's even better is how it makes sure to tell you this isn't just one repeat. No, the story of Dark Souls 1 has happened maybe countless times, so many you don't know and will never fully comprehend it. In a prison cell in the Lost Bastille is a man made of stone. If you unfreeze him, he refers to himself as Strayed of Olafis. Olafis was a kingdom where Drangleic now stands, untold generations ago, so long ago that no one but Strayed and the descriptions of spells and items invented by him or belonging to him even mention it. In Dark Souls 1, all the various areas and people and their stories and what happened can be pieced together quite meticulously. You can, with enough work, put together a complete universe out of the facts. In Dark Souls 2, an entire civilization can be so utterly lost that only one man even knows its
Wow,
name. Who knows how many
cool.
empires rose and
Wow.
fell between Olafis and Drangleic, or
This guy's
Lord
very
Rad
easy
and
to
Drangleic.
impress.
But pieces of them lie scattered everywhere.
Yeah, fucking being able to piece together the entire story and universe in Dark Souls 1 doesn't impress him. But a guy saying, yeah, my kingdom doesn't exist anymore because it's so old, fucking makes
This guy is just
soy.
finding things to soy over for some reason. I don't even understand what the argument is.
Completely separate tale of a kingdom that rose and fell in roughly the same area. What's compelling about this is that it's more bizarre, more unexplained, and more human. People in the Souls universe are victims of a history they might never be able to learn. The story is about being lost in a confusing maze you can never fully understand, a feeling strengthened by the nightmarishness of the actual physical world. Quelaag alone was simply a sad story
That's
about a
the
woman
point. You're
transformed into a
supposed to
demon
feel
by an
lost
attempt to
and
create
like you're in a
life.
maze of
But now she's
hallways. That's the
contextualized as a
point.
victim of a far deeper problem that
get
mankind
it
is having
now.
trouble escaping. Because no matter what, it seems to keep happening over and over. Something really cool and kinda subtle is hidden in the basement of Majula. Down, hidden in the dirt, so small not many people notice, is a small fractured piece of the Lord Vessel from the first game. This is the best expression of what Dark Souls 2 is doing with its story. It's interested in telling a story about being unable to fully piece together what's happening as the character loses their minds in a doomed world of destroyed statues. Your character doesn't even know what a Lord Vessel is. To them, this is nothing, just a thing lying in the dust. It also represents the developer's attempts to do their own thing and
Yeah,
involve
and
producing an
remember
iconic
when
part of the previous
the
game
Ring
into a
City
piece of
basically
rubble in
did this
place.
idea, but
For me, the weakest parts of the
extreme,
previous
like,
games got handed
amazingly.
a whole list
Yes.
of names,
It's
roles,
like one of the
and
best
backstory.
pieces of content
Demon
in the
Souls did this
franchise.
too by just listing a bunch of people who went into the fog. I could just
All
find
the
those people and
souls
learn about
of
them
the
manually,
king.
but instead the first game's open with a needless roll call and a story about a fight with dragons that doesn't really tell me anything.
Needless.
The guys I'm going to kill
One of
killed
the
a
best
bunch of dragons
cinematics.
a long time ago, and that's important because
Sets up the world like a fucking chef's kiss.
one flaw in the themes of Dark Souls 1 was for all its criticisms of the world Gwyn had built, an awful lot of time was dedicated to his kingdom to explore.
Is this the same guy who's like, Seven Samurai is too long, it needs to be more concise?
I think the only other
Dark
video I've
Souls 2
watched
does the
of
most
his is the
compelling and
Lisa
interesting thing
one.
it could possibly do.
I
with
don't
the
think,
story
no,
of Gwyn,
I know he didn't
Lord
say
of
that, but
Cinder,
I'm just
Master
saying
of Anor Londo,
it's
King
the
of
same sort of
Lordran.
attitude.
It asks, who? I don't even think he's mentioned by name at all. Gwyn may well have been a good and mighty king, but the lone and level sands stretch far away, and he is gone. The paranoid king who had strayed petrified is gone. The king of Lordran is gone, and the king of Dranglake is gone, but his burnt-out husk still walks the earth yet, and we remember him for now.
God, I wish Michael was still here to say he wants to kill this guy.
To threaten him, yeah.
I think a lot of people wanted a story with the exact type of intricacies of the previous game. I can see wanting that and understand being disappointed.
Everybody who hates
I
this
prefer
game
the
only
randomness
doesn't like it
and the
because it's different.
unsolvable puzzle you're given of a world where the weight of time has dissolved away most of history, and even the physical world twists into itself in impossible ways, and icy peaks can give way to the flames of chaos. It's maddening and majestic at the
Icy
same time. in a way
mountains
that
of Tamria.
no concretely designed physical world can ever be. This is imagery, this is visual metaphor. There's doubtless plenty of theory crafting in Souls lore circles about who the woman with the spinning wheel is, when you're told everything you need to know in just how she's presented here. She's deliberately evocative of the fortune-telling spirits with spinning wheels that exist seemingly throughout human mythology and folklore. More specifically, this character appears to be a reference to one of the most popular portrayals of this type of character in film history, the one that appears in Akira Kurosawa's Throne of Blood, also known as Spiderweb Castle. Throne of Blood is an adaptation of Macbeth. In case you haven't heard of Macbeth, Macbeth's about a happy-go-lucky guy whose destiny is to become king. But it turns out being the king
I want to
isn't
kill
all
this
it's
guy.
cracked up to be. Interestingly enough, right before the character who's a reference to Spiderweb Castle, just
Without
to make sure
even
you know they
knowing
get
why.
it, they've just put a spider right there. The appearance of a character seemingly straight out of this film, a film about the darkness befalling people whose destiny is to rule, is a better piece of storytelling than all the item descriptions and all the loot drops in the world. But because it relies on understanding
Oh my
of
God,
imagery
I hate this
outside of
guy.
video games and visual storytelling, none of this information can be found on any wiki about the story of the Souls series. In a way, the story of Dark Souls 2 is the
With the
ultimate in
Fextra
nerd
life.
horror. It tells a story of a universe it's impossible to build a comprehensive fucking wiki about. And to nerds, that's the scariest thing there is. This opening
I'm
proceeds
so
into
scared.
a series of destroyed
I'm so
castles,
scared about how
ruined
bad
thrones,
Dark Souls
mad
This is
Dude,
like
it
the
is.
level you have
When
to.
finally get your
You
own
have to like
throne,
invent a
there's
guy
worrying
who believes
ambivalence
something
to it.
that's wrong
The best
to get
Dark
mad
Souls
at.
1
Yeah,
blockbuster
yeah.
was having sad music.
That's how you
played with
defend
the
this
last
game.
Boss. And if you look at Jimmy's pants, it tells you how bad he was when he was a kid. Dark Souls 2 puts you into the role of the last boss, becoming patriarch of a world on its way to its doom, ultimately failing to achieve anything. And it asks you how you feel about that, and where you go from here.
I
Pacing in
feel
Dark
that
Souls
it's
1
bad.
I feel
wasn't
like
great
it's
after
boring.
the Lord Vessel, but it did a lot more with a lot less when it came to its plot. Its introductory video set up the world and the major players very efficiently.
Efficient storytelling is being placed over good storytelling, or even a good
No.
story.
What?
I think
No.
gamers on the whole
It's
are
good
still
and it's
kind of
efficient.
enamored with the
Yes.
Wikipedia
This is bad and
approach to
inefficient.
storytelling.
Yes.
Everything can
It's
be
worse in
concretely
both
pieced
ways.
together in an objective narrative, when really, I
It's
think there's a lot
both
of other
like
ways you can
lamer
explore a
and
story.
The intro
more
video
stretched
to Dark
out.
Souls 2 shows the main character dropping into some kind of whirlpool because the old lady tells us we're cursed and the only hope of a cure is to go to Drang Lake for some reason. She actually says we'll have no idea why we're going to do any of the stuff we're about to do.
This visual metaphor for falling into darkness, you know, the thing that going hollow does to
Oh,
your
it has a
mind,
visual
is
metaphor, so that
reduced
means
to
it's good and smart.
falling into some kind of whirlpool. A woman
This is the
visually
kind of
coded
visual
as all
metaphor
about
that a
to see the
5-year-old
future,
can understand,
predicting
by the way.
the fate in which we do things without fully understanding their purpose because we lose our minds, is reduced to the old lady telling us to go to Drang Lake for some reason. No wonder this critical approach to storytelling resulted in finding the story lacking. No, this is just an old lady telling us to do things for some reason. There's no nuance.
Yeah,
or
without even knowing
meaning or
why. She literally
cinematic
says that.
language being utilized here. That level of understanding has no place in my nuanced critique of a video game.
Oh my
New Game
God.
Plus is the bad ending. You press a button and admit that all that's left is for everything to happen again. There's another ending, which came out when all the DLCs had come out and also adds a new character. I think this aspect of the story is interesting in its own way, but I don't like how people use it as an excuse to criticize Dark Souls 2, pretending there wasn't enough story in the initial release and this is an admission of that and they're finally fixing it, or they're patching the story in post or something. There's plenty of story, but just not the kind everyone wanted. For me, it was already complete in its incompleteness, but giving the player the option of getting an ending where they beat another boss and walk out is a nice little bonus. It's a nice extra little thing to give people, and that's alright. The DLC to Dark Souls 2 is fantastic. Each one experiments with mechanics in cool and interesting ways I don't want to get too far into because we're already
No,
past
it's
the time.
spoiling.
Rest assured
That's
they're
the
all
optional
lengthy enough to
boss.
feel like worthwhile
That's
additions.
just
I'll rattle
the
off
the
fun
belt,
stuff I
the
really
guy
like.
before
Like
Vendrick
Brutalis
and the last
verticality,
boss.
the way you
No,
unlock more
no,
access
no,
from
At the same
wait,
time.
You've got the key wedge thing.
No.
I like Crown of the Old Iron
What?
King's gimmick of having the first
It
boss of
spoiled
the
it
Iron
for
King
you.
himself be just to your
That
left
it-
when you come in. And you
No,
can
close your
literally
eyes, Hunter.
look
You're
and
not
pass
allowed.
around
You're not
to
allowed
make
to
the
look.
first boss visible, then go around again once the ice melts.
That
to
it
gain
was
access to
literally
more
the
soldiers for the Old Iron
guy
King
before
fight. You
Vendrick
could find
and
build a little army
Lysandra
to help you even out the odds, and
in the
that's really
same-
cool. I like the puzzles that require
No, that
you
was
to
something
actually
else.
use a bow to progress. The Souls games, when it comes down to it, are something of an offshoot from Zelda, and it's
Oh, there you
attempt to
go.
bring some honest-to-God bow and arrow puzzles to the game.
Wow,
It was
honest to
unexpected,
God,
but it fit
bow and
together
arrow
quite well.
puzzles.
I like these ghost guys who look like phantoms you see online. It actually trips you up when you discover they're real and they attack you. It makes
Why
for a
didn't he
cool
talk
fake
about
out
the
I just
ones that are
spoiled for
in
you,
the
so I hope
game?
you already
Yeah,
played this bit.
how would you
Seeing
get
the
tripped up
Slumbering
by
Dragon
this?
is a hard fight, but the first really fun fight with a dragon in basically any of these games for me personally, especially after the optional Ancient Dragon fight, which is honestly a chore. In many ways, the DLC embodies Dark Souls 2
Well,
in
at least he
microcosm,
admits
being willing
that.
to go all the way and experimenting with its mechanics to create
Look.
new and unique areas, and in doing so, it also
Look, it's
comes to embody the very best
Lysandra
the
and
Souls
the
series
guy
has.
before
No.
Vendrick.
No, what do you mean? It's
everything
Alana,
that I
the
think
squalid
I ever wanted
queen.
from a Souls game, and
That's a
The
different
best
person.
two-person
Dark
boss
Souls
fight in the
2,
whole
so
series?
Dark Souls 2 wins. Scholar of the First Sin is a second edition of Dark Souls 2 that came out nearly 2 years ago. It bundled together the DLCs for the original release of the game,
Go hunt
had
for
some
food.
graphical and performance updates, and put the items that
God,
grant
everyone's
access to the
dropping like
DLC
flies.
in the world itself as things to
Yeah,
find
damn.
instead of items you
Only
simply
a few of
start
us
with
have
if you
the-
owned the DLC in the previous version.
The
This
fortitude.
is really interesting. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say good, interesting. Instead of a simple, slightly visually improved bundle, it actually dramatically changes most of the game. Almost all of the enemy encounters and placements have been altered, and the amount of enemies has overall increased massively.
they're still
I've played Dark Souls 2 multiple times before playing this version, and I found it to be very different and much harder, despite superficially being the same game. It's more frustrating too. A lot of people didn't like the amount of enemies you often fight at once in Dark Souls 2, something I didn't have a problem with in that game, but in this it's definitely difficult enough to be annoying even if you know how to deal with groups in this engine. Honestly, the game this reminds
he's
me
admitting
of the
that it's
most
bad?
is Super Mario Bros. 2. The Japanese Mario 2 is like an optional harder Mario game, pushing the engine and player skill requirements to the absolute limit before it becomes unsellable as a consumer product. Heck, they didn't even bother selling it in the West for a reason. I'd call Scholar a pretty good game. It's challenging, it's entertainingly funny in places, and it's a nice way of playing the game I love dearly in a new, remixed way.
Well, I
However,
won't disagree with that.
I have to qualify calling it good. It's good only within the context of Dark Souls 2 already existing, of there being about a year of playing the original version to prepare for this one.
So he's
I would
saying
not
Scholar
recommend this
isn't
game
good.
To anyone as a first game in the series, which for some people this might
Damn,
have
Hunter, you should have
saddeningly
played the
been.
base game.
It's for people who are diehard fans of the series already, or even just fans of 2 specifically, and for those people, even when it's not fun, it's fun as an entertaining little experiment with a bunch of aspects of the game.
This is the biggest cope in the fucking
hack of Dark Souls 2 they made for fun.
Look at this.
It's a ROM hack that they made for fun that they charged full price for again.
So I can't heartily recommend it, but the Souls games are quite difficult to recommend already.
And that they advertised as like the definitive edition that would improve everything, and it didn't.
Quite underutilized.
They just lied again about the lighting.
Could be more fleshed out. In Scholar, it's significantly altered. There's way more enemies. It's way more difficult. There's purposeful traps for if you try and run past, and it has more enemy types that appear in like 2 places.
Ah, yes,
in
the
original
pyromancer
game,
ladies
nice.
that can
There are
put
also
out a big
more hiding
explosion
knights
right in front of
general,
them
which is
in
great,
one
and
frame.
something I wanted, and also they're way more aggressive. Some of them get up and go for you now, and that's a really cool thing that you just don't expect if you play the original, and that's really, really fun. Also, something I quite like about both games is that in each one, someone's credentials are called into question. In the original, in Heidi's Tower, the Dragon Rider looked like an idiot. There were no dragons anywhere for most of the game. Why is he called the Dragon Rider? What? That's ridiculous. The guy's obviously lying. But in Scholar, it's the Dragon Slayer just over the way from him who's clearly lying on his resume. There's a dragon right outside his fucking office. Don't get the Scholar Edition unless you similarly really like 2 already, and don't approach it as its own game per se, but as another way of playing a game you already liked for what it was doing. And you'll probably have.
This
a
is
good
insane.
Time. I honestly want to see more
Yeah,
games
no, this
like
was
this. I would have
it was
liked a similar edition
absolutely
along these lines for
advertised
every
as the
Souls game,
fucking
to be honest.
definitive version of the game too.
Wait, hold on a second.
Alright, please, we're almost there. There's no time limit, and then there's Patreon credits.
Obviously, a lot of game criticism is based on subjective experience, which can't exactly be proven wrong, sadly, but that's not what I'm trying to do here. My aim as a critic isn't just to try and find ways of looking at and analysing games and their design that are useful and help in forming better ideas of quality, but also to try and understand and explain why other people reacted differently. I've had some pushback from people on some of my long game analysis videos, usually by people who enjoyed a game I was being critical about, or didn't enjoy a game I liked, or who played the game a way I said was wrong and happened to like it. I in no way mean to diminish other people's experiences of a game. If you didn't like something, I can't reason you into liking it. My aim is to understand why people do or don't like something and learn from that and use the information in my work. I've gone on record as thinking the Souls games are all very good, but that doesn't make other people not liking them or not thinking that wrong. They're useful because you learn why people wouldn't enjoy something, and that's really helpful if you, for example...
So what I've learned is I played the shitty ROM hack version of the game.
Which is really financially lucrative nowadays.
Hunter, the fact that you didn't... You just wanted it to be a repeat of the first game.
Enjoy them early on, at least without a lot of friction at the start, and somewhat interestingly, help them go back and appreciate the previous ones. Everyone's entitled to their
This
opinion,
is fucking
and in my
ridiculous. Look
opinion,
at that. 8 fucking
every
guys.
other game critic is
Yeah, Jesus
stupid.
Christ. Okay, can I leave?
Okay, I can't even make that joke.
No.
Here. You see, the overly negative
That was a false ending.
Isn't even accurate to what most game critics said when the game first came out. On the whole, people loved it. The misgivings came specifically
What do
from
you
folks
mean?
like
Game
Max
journalists who
and
spent
popularity
5
of
hours
video
playing it
predicated
and then
essentially on how
slapped a
the game
9
couldn't
on it
possibly
loved
be as
it.
good as the first
Yeah, because the
because
first game
Miyazaki
was
didn't make
critically
it.
That's
acclaimed and they didn't want to
Locking
look
on
like
Yeah,
they
exactly.
didn't know what
The
was
opening
It was
going
the
on.
hype.
about a war that already happened
It's why like
that has
Metal
no
Gear
effect
Solid
on the
5
story.
has
Ignore
fucking
how in
10
Dark
out of
Souls
10
2,
from
there's
people
a
who didn't
similar
even
ancient
finish
war
it.
in the distant past, but you get to learn about it over the course of the game instead of a pre-rendered cutscene at the beginning, and then you get to actually go fight in it. Critics at the time
The
of
worst
release
part of the
liked it a lot,
game?
the exact same way critics liked
The
Demon's
giant
Souls a lot back when
memories?
this whole series was new and strange and not many people played or liked it. People who think about games a lot are more likely to easily get into a new experience than people who just play them as a hobby. Internet critics like Yahtzee wiped their ass all over various aspects of the games that would later say they loved when audiences started to get a hang of the games and it turned out they were talking bollocks.
Fuck you, Demon's Souls. A challenge is one thing, but trying to break down a fucking cement wall with your forehead isn't a challenge, it's grounds for getting fucking sectioned.
Demon's Souls is one of the most rewarding, challenging games ever to hit the PS3. It may not be for everyone.
Is he
but I still urge
defending
everyone
game
to at least
journalists
try
now?
it.
I don't know.
2009 Game of the Year is Demon's Souls.
Demon's Souls is like nothing you've ever played.
Do you hear that?
It was the best and most innovative game of 2009.
He just said that
Kevin Van Flipping Ord. That's the thought criminal who was so wrong about Fallout 3 he was found dead in his cell last year, next to an apology written in my blood. Even he has been on the ground floor of the Souls series since day one. It turns out that professional game critics are quite often more ahead of the curve than the average consumer.
Oh my god, he is. He is.
Miss a sequel
No.
different to the one they
Aren't you glad he stuck around for this?
Actually, they're smarter than
We've
us.
been consistently right
Oh
about
my
the Souls
God.
series from day one. It's only corners of the internet full of rose-tinted fanboyishness towards the first Dark Souls that
He was also like, I'm not trying to tell you
When it
to
comes
like a
down
game
to
you
it,
don't
Dark
like or
Souls
whatever.
was
There's
a
no way I could
fantastic
do
game.
that. And then he
Even though it's
like
flawed in a lot of ways,
puts the
there's
clip
so
of
much more
Yahtzee saying
obvious
he
than
doesn't like the
ever.
game, and
I
he's
think
like,
the
no,
shows
you're
that
wrong,
tease
Yahtzee.
how
Look what
good
everyone
Dark
is
Souls
saying,
is,
you're
that's why
wrong.
most people miss the
Look at
boat
all
on
these
Demon's
smart
Souls.
game
They did a
journalists.
hard act to follow, and lots of fans got unrealistic expectations about it. The online response to Dark Souls 3 sounds
What about
overall lukewarm, but
all the people who
positive,
played
and I
this
think
one
that might
first
be
and it was
because
bad
just
and they
in
got
regards
turned
to
off the
Souls
series?
Maybe not a couple others, people have cooled and learned to manage their expectations. I'm interested in finally getting to play it after working for so long on videos about the games that preceded it. I'm a little worried that the fan reaction to some aspects of 2 made them walk back on the good ideas in an effort to be more like the first one, but I'm going to play it and judge it on its own merits as its own game before I really consider it. In the meantime, Dark Souls 2 is not perfect, but you can have a grand old time with it. The gameplay contains some of the tightest moments in the whole series.
No, it
and
doesn't.
some really fun variations on the formula. It tells a story that instead
This
of
boss
redoing
fight
the original or
sucks.
trying to build on
Yeah,
it,
Every boss fight
it
sucks.
self-consciously explores what it means to exist in a specific position in gaming culture and asks us what the things we desire from games say about us. I really
it
enjoyed Dark
doesn't.
Souls 2, and I think
No,
there's a
it
lot of things that
doesn't.
make it good. And if you didn't enjoy it, that's okay. Your different opinions and experiences are equally as valid, and I know
They're
This
more
guy has just
valid.
spent too.
but I hope it's clear
This guy
enough
just
off
spent
my
too much time
opinion
thinking
of what I
about
think
this
is
game, I
interesting or
think.
convincing, and it's okay to disagree with me. For now.
All right.
All right,
it, folks.
Kai, closing thoughts.
I have no. Okay, if you want to defend this game, this is your these are the people you'll be associated with. I don't have control over that. I'm just saying if you like this game, you have to agree with this guy. That's all I'm saying. Nothing else. I'm gonna let that stand on its own.
Kai, it's good to have you on finally.
Yeah.
Even
It's
though
been
I
honest serving with you.
did not want to play this fucking game again. Had to run through some of the DLC.
Well, we can come back. Hopefully I can come for another stream.
Oh my god, don't make me.
And we'll play it again. Look, you can use a guide.
No, I'm not gonna do that. As long
Okay,
as I don't get
but-
stream sniped.
Okay, no more stream sniping. Are there any viewers who sat through all of that?
I don't know, probably.
Maybe 1 or 2.
I think I have an idea of who would. The stream sniper.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have to get up for work in 3.5 hours. So,
Good luck at the
it was fun
prison.
streaming with you guys. Thanks. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Take it out on them.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
yeah,
Is that the end of the stream?
yeah. Yeah. it
All
will
right.
be.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that.
I did.
I'm to blame.
Yeah.
All
Please
right,
direct
peace.
all hate
No,
and
no.
gratification and Gratitude to fucking.
You gratified yourself.
Yeah, if you gratified yourself
just before
to the
I
stream.
leave, just before I leave, please remember that Michael did shit his pants on the stream the other day. That is true.
We didn't even get to talk about that while he was here. That's too bad.
All right, peace. See you, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, stream over.